Tonight we are here in frigid Normal, Illinois for NCAA Women's Gymnastics here on ESPN. It's the Illinois State Redbirds playing host to the Centenary Ladies and the visiting Bowling Green State Falcons. I'm Blake Beauregard, joined alongside here by Kaylee Sugimoto, former Redbird gymnast Kaylee Sugimoto, here on Pink Out Night for ISU. We've got a great matchup coming your way in just a few moments, but first, let's take a look at some of the rosters and some of the ladies we'll see on the floor tonight, starting with the Bowling Green State Falcons.
For Bowling Green, we should be looking for Catherine Wheelbacker. At their last meet against Central Michigan University, she got a second place on floor with a 9.85. Her career high is a 9.9, so we're going to see if she can gain that half-tenth tonight.
And for the Centenary ladies, they've got a young star of their own in Amy Forret.
For sure, Amy Forret in their last meet against Hamlin, she got a career high on ball with a 9.475. It's still early in the season, so let's see if she can bounce back from that score tonight.
And for the Redbirds, obviously, you have the one and only nationally recognized Angelica Labat.
For sure. At their last meet against NIU and Winona State, Angelica Labat got first in the all-around with a 39.175. She also got second on vault with a 9.825. She does do a vault with a 10-0 start bio, so we're going to see if she can get that first place on vault tonight.
Absolutely, Kaylee. Now let's take a look at the leaders for both of these rosters, starting with Bowling Green State. They have a seasoned veteran of their own at the helm.
Definitely. For Bowling Green State, their head coach is Carrie Turner. This is going to be her 16th season as head coach for them. She did get the MAC Coach of the Year award in 2013. She was a former coach of Ursinus and was also a former gymnast for Ursinus from 1996 and 1999. So she has experience on all levels here for Bowling Green tonight.
And on the other side of that spectrum of experience, you have for Centenary, a brand new head coach in her first season.
Meg Crowley is in her first season as head coach for Centenary. She was a gymnast for Centenary in 2009 and also a former judge, so she has all those different perspectives to lead Centenary to a hopeful win tonight.
And for Illinois State, they get their head coach back in Bob Conkling.
Bob Conkling is in his 18th season as head coach, and he is recovered from COVID-19. He has gained over 100 wins for the Redbirds and has sent 2 gymnasts to the NCAA Regionals and 1 to the NCAA Nationals, so he's really stepping up and bringing ISU to this new level.
With all that being said, we've got a great matchup coming on the way for you. We're going to step away and take a quick break before we're set for action here. You're watching ESPN. Welcome in now to CEFCU Arena. The stage is set here. The judges have taken their places at their tables, getting set for the first tri-meet that ISU will be playing host to this season. I'm Blake Beauregard, once again joined alongside here by Kaylee Sugimoto. Kaylee, we talked about it a couple of seconds ago with head coach Bob Conkling being gone last week with COVID. How does him being back help this team's preparation in the week?
Coach Bob is definitely the glue to this team. He is the head coach, and he has been the head coach, as we said, he is going into his 18th season right now. So when he was out with COVID-19, assistant coach Megan Harrington really had to step up her game, and help the Redbirds throughout the meet. But it is really Coach Bob Conkling that holds the team spirit together, and that is ever so important going into a collegiate gymnastics meet.
And I love that you brought up Coach Harrington, because last week after the match, she talked about how she wanted the Birds to be able to talk about, building confidence and going 4 for 4 in this next meet. So does Coach Conkling being back help them to do that and build their confidence?
For sure. It definitely adds a little bit of security, and it's honestly a little bit scary when one of your coaches is just not in the action. It's a little bit of a change, and as gymnasts, we don't like change. We like routine after routine, consistency. So even just a coach not being there can definitely throw off the mindset a little bit.
Of course, and with that being said, I love that you were talking about lineups, so let's get into some of these lineups here, starting off with ISU and their vol team. For ISU, they're going to be leading off with Isabella DeCrue. Caitlin Donovan will be following her. Jay Mack right behind her. The freshman, Nyrel Bart-Williams, stepping in the 4 spot. Elena Laster there at number 5. And, of course, we talked about her during our pregame show, Angelica Labat. Then we're going to hop over now, over to Bowling Green State, and we'll take a look at them on beam. Starting off for them, Emily Castiglia, Elise Brazoka, Dalia Solorzano Caruso, Catherine Wheelbacker, Taylor Jensen, and Megan Bingham there. Popping over now for Centenary, they'll be starting over on the bars. Kendall Huff will be leading off for them. Rose Deschler after her. Izzy Plaza, Emma Lavelle, Sophie Schmitz following up her, and anchoring out the lineup there with Taylor Wilson, Kaylee, I got a question for you.
Yes.
So, whenever you're starting off at an event, which is the most difficult event to actually start off in?
That's a great question. Personally, even though it is my favorite event, I would say beam. Because right off the bat, you need to be focused and you need to shake off all of your nerves. Usually when you have a start on vault or a start on floor, even bars, you get a little bit of a chance to shake off those nerves, get set into the competition equipment and the overall atmosphere of the competition. But when you start off on beam, you quite literally have no room for mistakes.
So with vault for ISU, how does it feel for a gymnast like yourself, maybe, knowing that at the back end of everything, you have someone like Angelica Blabat anchoring you down on the back end?
Definitely comforting, but something you don't want to think about. When you are placed in lineup on an event, you really want to focus on yourself and doing the best that you can do. If every gymnast does their best personally when they come together, it will be an overall great score for the team.
For Centenary, this is going to be their third matchup of the season where they're going to be in a tri-meet. This is going to be only the second one for ISU, and for Bowling Green, this will be their second as well. So does some of that fatigue start to set in as a tri-meet is a little bit of a faster-paced event?
Personally, I never competed in a tri-meet as a collegiate gymnast, so I don't exactly know from personal experience, but these gymnasts have to do 3 tumbling passes within a minute and 30 span on the floor. So they are well conditioned to have that cardio and have that stamina to reach the end of the competition.
Absolutely. So for Centenary, I wanted to touch on their roster. They have 6 seniors and a total of 16 people on their roster at the moment. So they'll have only 10 returning members, assuming nobody transfers, at the end of the season. So are you looking for someone like Amy Forret to take a place and step up in this event?
I think for Centenary, being a freshman is looking really, really good right now. As a freshman, you want to prove yourself that you can make it into the lineups. You want to prove it to your coach that you are good enough and prepared enough, although you are not as experienced as some of the other members of the team. But definitely looking good for the young people to take over the lineups and kind of to set a new stage for Centenary in this upcoming season.
Absolutely. So happy that you said that. And for someone on Bowling Green, the season is looking a little bleak at the moment. 0-5 on the season, still searching for that first win here. What sort of a thing do you think that their head coach is going to be telling them in the locker room before they're heading out?
I have a feeling that their head coach is just saying the same thing as she has been saying the past previous meets. Just do your best, get your head in the game, and it's one skill at a time. That line is one of the most important things and one of the most repetitive things that a gymnast can hear at a competition. One skill at a time, one thought at a time always leads to success.
Absolutely. So happy you said that, Kaylee. We can take a look at some more of the lineups now as we're sitting here waiting for things to get started. We can start out with ISU and how ISU is going to be going next on the floor. So for ISU on the floor, they'll be starting out with Sarah Wabi, Alana Laster following her up. Caitlin Donovan will be the 3rd spot right in the center of that lineup. Angelica Labat in the number 4 spot for them. Nyrell Bart-Williams over in the 5th hole. And holding the anchor down there will be Jay Mack at the very end of the lineup. We can pop over now and take a look at Bowling Green State. They'll be on floor for their second routine. Leading off for them will be Dalia Solorzano Caruso. Madison Coburn there in the number 2 spot. Number 3 spot there, Emily Castiglia. Taylor Jensen in at number 4. Katrina Mendez Abelnick there in the number 5 spot. And Catherine Wheelbacker in the anchor role. Popping over now for Centenary. It's going to be their beam routine will be the second routine that they'll be taking part in. Riley Molina there in the number 1 hole. Rose Deschler, number 2. Emma Lavelle there, number 3, right in the center of the lineup. And Amy Forret, we've talked a lot about her. She'll be in the number 4 spot there. Kennedy Stevens in the number 5 hole. And Carissa Martinez rounding things out for the anchor there.
I honestly can't tell you what is more pressure, I guess. What is more if you go first or last in lineup, I don't know which one I would rather be in, because the first gymnast always has to set the stage for the other gymnast to go on, and the last gymnast has to be the best scoring one.
Of course.
I definitely would not know what spot I would want to be in lineup, but it just makes every spot in lineup just equally as important.
Of course. We can keep on going through the lineups now and pop over to bars for ISU. That'll be their 3rd routine. leading in the number 1 spot there. Carly Hawksworth, the senior. Madison Kipp there in the number 2 hole. Nyrell Bart-Williams, we talked about her a little bit, the freshman, in the number 3 hole. Julia Heiner there at number 4. Alana Laster at number 5. And once again, the anchor for ISU, the 2021 NCAA Championship qualifier, Angelica Labat. Popping over for Bowling Green State one more time, we'll look at them on vault, where Dalia Solorzano Caruso, once again leading off in this event. We'll see her leading off in 3 of the 4 events for Bowling Green. Lily Harsh there in the number 2 hole. Naya Brown in number 3, right in the center. Catherine Wheelbacker, talked about her a little bit earlier as well. She'll be there at the number 4 spot. Taylor Jensen in the number 5 hole. And rounding out the lineup at the anchor, Katrina Mendez-Abelnick. Popping over for Centenary now for them on the floor. Leading in the number 1 hole, they'll have Kendall Huff, Emma Lavelle at the 2nd spot, Kennedy Stevens there at number 3, Leilani Johnson over at number 4, Amy Ford once again making her presence known, the freshman, in the 5 hole, and Carissa Martinez going to be anchoring things there for Centenary. We'll hop over one more time for ISU on the beam, where Leah Davis will be leading off in the number 1 hole. Mia O will be in the number 2 spot. Joy Zeigenfelder in the number 3 hole. Nyrell Bart-Williams 4th in the lineup there. Madison Kipp 5th in the lineup. And the anchor, Angelica Labat, once again at the number 6 spot. Bowling Green now, their last event will be on bars, where, guess again, Dalia Solorzano Caruso in the number 1 hole, leading out for the Bowling Green State Falcons as they take the floor right now. In the number 2 hole, Taylor Jensen there. Lily Harsh in the number 3 spot, Megan Bingham in the 4th spot, Catherine Wheelbacker in the 5th spot, and rounding out the lineup in the anchor position, Isabella Ravelli. Then for Centenary, their final routine of the night will be on vault. Izzy Plaza there, starting out the lineup for Centenary. Amy Forrett in the number 2 hole. Emma Lavelle there in the number 3 spot, Leilani Johnson in the 4th spot, Kendall Huff at 5th, and Carissa Martinez once again anchoring for the ladies here. With that being said, we're just about getting started for action as Centenary is taking the floor now. So we'll step away and we'll take a quick break before the action can begin. You're watching ESPN. Welcome back here to CEFCU Arena as the hosting Illinois State Redbirds are getting their round of applause from the home fans here on Pink Out Night. Illinois State's last match. We'll take a quick look at that. So for ISU, of course, it was mentioned before, that was their second tri-meet of the season. They placed second up there in DeKalb, Illinois at NIU, finishing with a final score of 194.35, and they've been around that mark through the entire season. They've only surpassed the 194 mark twice up to this point. We can take a look at the schedule upcoming for ISU as well, because they're going to have quite a few matches on the road. So on February 11th, next weekend, ISU will be at the Metroplex Challenge at 2 o'clock. And then they'll be back home against Southeast Missouri the following Friday. And then finally, they'll head out to the East Coast where they'll face off against New Hampshire. Kaylee, talking a little bit about these road trips and how challenging that can be. Centenary coming all the way up from Louisiana. How draining can that be on a team to do to travel this much in the season?
I think that the traveling is definitely underlooked when it comes to college gymnastics. I think that especially when it's a long distance like this, it can take quite a bit of energy to not only physically travel here on the bus, but also to get a hotel. You might not get adequate sleep. You know, there's meals that you have to worry about. There are so many added worries and added pressures along to competing your best. So the fatigue from travel is definitely real.
Absolutely, and taking a look now a little bit further at the schedule for a team like Centenary, as they have been traveling quite a bit up to this point. We'll take a look at them and see where they're going to be in the coming weeks. They'll be on the road at Greenville and Lindenwood, and then they'll be back at home against Texas Women's University. Then they'll be back up here in Illinois to face off against at Springfield College. All of those games will be over the course of February, and then finally they'll pop into March. Taking a look at Bowling Green State now, they still sit winless on the season at 0-5, but they could get their first win today in this tri-meet. They'll be at home next week against Kent State. Then they'll be on the road for 2 weeks consecutively, where they'll be at West Virginia on February 19th Sunday, and then they'll be at George Washington once again out on the East Coast on February 24th. So still looking for that first win here in the 16th season of their head coach's season. National anthem playing now. And now with the anthem over, it's looking like all three teams are getting set to take their positions. Once again, we're going to have ISU starting out over on the vault. For Bowling Green State, they'll be out there over on the beam side. And for Centenary, they'll be starting out over on the bars. A lot of specialty leotards out here tonight. Once again for Pink Out Night. Bob Conkling talked a little bit earlier in the week about how much this night means to him, as he had 2 sisters with breast cancer and quite a few other friends, is what he was saying, who also had breast cancer at some point in their lives. So this night means quite a bit to him. So happy to have him back for this one.
I think one thing that is really cool about, collegiate athletics in general is how there are competitions and meets that honor different things. So at the last meet, ISU had an EDI home meet. So that was an equity, diversity, and inclusion meet. This meet is about breast cancer and bringing awareness to that. So using athletics as a platform like that is very, very, very genuine.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more there, Kaylee. And you see it across so many sports nowadays. You see it in gymnastics, football, baseball, as well as basketball even. Breast cancer awareness, and a very important cause, and one that everyone can get behind. So once again, we're going to take a look now at Centenary leading off on the bars for them. Once again, taking a look at that lineup, Kendall Huff in the number 1 hole, Rose Deschler in the 2nd spot, Isabel Plaza in the number 3 hole, Emma Lavelle there at the 4th spot, Sophie Schmitz in the 5th spot. And rounding things out for them will be Taylor Ann Wilson, the anchor. She's a veteran on that team for Centenary. She's a senior here. Definitely one of the Centenary women that they're going to be missing in the upcoming season if you're the brand new head coach for them. They're warming up with their exhibition currently now at the moment. And for ISU, they'll be leading off over on vault. Taking a look now once again at those lineup. In the number 1 hole for ISU, Isabella DeCrue. In the 2nd spot, Caitlin Donovan. 3rd in the lineup, Jay Mack. 4th in the lineup, the freshman, Nyrel Bart-Williams. In the 5th spot, you have Alana Laster. And rounding out the lineup, for the anchor, you will have Angelica Labat. We can pop over now to the beam and take a look at Bowling Green State, where they're going to be leading off with Emily Castiglia, Elise Brazoka, Dalia Solorzano Caruso, the all-around, will be in the center of their lineup. Catherine Wheelbacker will be in the 4th spot, and Taylor Jensen in the 5th spot, and Megan Bingham there in the number 6 spot.
It seems like all 3 of these teams have only been going up during their season. They've only been improving, so I'm really interested to see how they all come together during this meet to do their hopefully best.
So, Kaylee, what are you looking at first here? Are there any gymnasts that you have your eye on that we didn't mention in our pregame?
I'm definitely looking at Nyrel Bart-Williams for Illinois State. I feel like this entire season we've been saying Nyrel Bart-Williams, Angelica Labat, and Jay Mack. But these 3 gymnasts have just been the absolute stars of the show, stars of the competition, I should say. They have just been putting out routine after routine and stick after stick. So they are definitely leading the Redbirds into success so far as the season progresses.
For Centenary, I haven't actually seen them play in person up to this point, so it'll be really intriguing to see them over on bars there. Personally, for me, someone who I'm taking a look at for them on bars, Taylor Ann Wilson. She is an incredibly decorated gymnast for Centenary. She's a senior, 5'2", hometown from Memphis, Tennessee. In her junior season, she was a first-team All-American for the USA Gymnastics. She tied for 5th on bars at the USAG Collegiate Nationals with a score of 9.825, and she was also an academic All-American by the Women's Collegiate Gymnastics Association. So not only an athlete, but a student as well.
That's definitely a balance that is so difficult to find in college, that student-athlete balance. As much as everybody hears it again and again, it's like having 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs, being a student and being an athlete. And it's definitely not one to be overlooked, as these gymnasts have to fight for their balance every single day during the meets.
Absolutely, Kaylee. So everyone getting set over here. Centenary over on the bars at the moment, just getting in some of that exhibition work. And how great is it to have some of the exhibition, or the warm-up, should I say, for these gymnasts, especially the younger ones who don't have that much experience in competition.
I think it definitely helps that in college gymnastics they do it a little bit different than in junior Olympic program. So in college gymnastics they have everybody warm up before the meet starts and go through each event during the rotation, and then they go and change into their competition leotards in the locker room, get into that meet mindset. I remember that when I was a gymnast on Illinois State, we played music really, really loudly and we just yelled a lot. Really, really trying to get into that spirit for the win that night. And then they come back out and do a quick touch, so another quick warm-up to make sure that all these gymnasts are well prepared for their competition event.
Absolutely, and you talked a little bit about music. It's definitely blaring here in this one. Do you ever have a favorite song to come out to?
Well, definitely the gymnasts do get to pick their beam song, which is another fun little difference in college gymnastics. When you are hosting, you get to pick a song that plays during your beam routine. So my beam song was The Girl Is Mine by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, because it had a little bit of a groove to it, but it wasn't too energetic to the point where I would hype myself up too much and fall off the beam.
Definitely. That's not a bad idea. And I wanted to talk a little bit more about Angelica Labat specifically. We talk so much about how decorated it is, but I don't really think that we break it down for her at all. 2022 MIC Gymnast of the Year. She became the first Redbird to qualify for the NCAA National Championship in Redbird history back in 2021. So she still is definitely an anchor for this team, but she's a senior currently now at the moment. Is there any sort of mentorship that you can see on the team with her taking anyone under her wing?
Angelica Labat is definitely one of those gymnasts that is making history for the Redbirds. actively every single meet. I mean, she definitely was the first gymnast to go to NCAA Nationals, which was huge for ISU's gymnastics program as a whole. But the thing about her is she is the most humble gymnast and humble person I know. She acts like every other person on the team. She doesn't act like she's any different. She goes into the gym, does her work, cheers her teammates on, and doesn't seem to notice her true talent and what she's doing for ISU. So that is definitely something that I admired her in practice, in the gym, and outside of the gym as well.
And something that jumped out to me when I was taking a look at the lineups coming into this season, Carly Hawksworth 2021, 2022 did not participate, only in exhibition. She is at the #1 spot for bars for ISU. So tell me what you're seeing out of her and how she's been impacting this lineup.
Carly Hawksworth has definitely worked her way into the lineup. At practice every day, she worked extremely hard. She'd stay on bars after rotation was over. She'd stay for an extra 30 minutes to 45 minutes working her routine to perfection. And that is all what gymnastics is about. Practice until perfection. Practice makes perfect. That's the line I was looking for. So definitely all that literal blood, sweat, and tears from Carly Hawksworth is showing as she is a solid bar worker now for ISU.
And someone now for Bowling Green State, the other bird team that we have in town here right now, senior Taylor Jensen. She was someone who I immediately saw when I was looking at the lineup. She was a 4-time JO national qualifier for herself in high school. Regional, she was a second all-around athlete. Now she's a senior in college, and she's just as decorated as she was over in high school. In 2022, she was the MAC Gymnast of the Week, and in 2022, her career high all-around was 39.350, which was the 8th best in program history. Centenary now getting set over on the bars on that side. Taking a look one last time at their lineup over on the bars. Kendall Huff will be in the #1 spot. Rose Deschler in the second hole. Isabel Plaza, 3rd in the lineup. Emma Lavelle at 4th. Sophie Schmitz, 5th. And Taylor Ann Wilson will be anchoring out the lineup at the 6th spot.
It also looks like Amy Fort will be exhibitioning on bars, and she is the one gymnast from Centenary that we wanted to keep an eye out for, as she did get a career high on the vault at their last meet against Central Michigan University. So she is looking to put herself into the bar lineup as well, get a little bit of competition experience out here on the floor, and show to herself and her teammates and her coaches that she deserves a spot in this bar lineup in the upcoming season.
Absolutely. Kaylee and Amy, we talked about her quite a bit up to this point, but just because as a freshman, it's so special to see someone stand out like that at such a young age.
Looks like we have Isabella DeCruz up on the vault there. Yurchenko full. It looks like she had a lot of power there as she got a big block and took a step back. A little bit of over-rotation on that, but look at those legs glued together, completely straight. It's going to be very clean for Isabella DeCruz.
And over on the bars now for Centenary. Looks like Kendall Huff has began her routine. And over on the beam, it looks like for Bowling Green State, they're going to have Emily Castiglia warming up over there as well. Just getting a feel for the beam.
That was a beautiful front toss and a great dismount from Centenary on bars.
Kendall Huff there once again.
Look at that stick. She's going to be
looking at a high 9 score as well.
Look at that stick. A little bit of leg separation on that. Overall, great routine, though. Looks like we're back over on the beam for Bowling Green with Emily Castiglia. She goes into her dismount there. Front full dismount. It looked like she kind of piked a little bit in the beginning to get that rotation for the rest of the layout in that dismount. A replay there. What a great finish, and what a great celebration from her teammates there.
So ISU will be back up once again with Caitlin Donovan on vault for the Redbirds. Donovan, we talked about her a little bit ago as well, but she's another one of the junior members of the team as she takes off there.
And would you look at the power of that vault? It looks like Illinois State is just an absolute powerhouse, if I may say so, on this event tonight. She had no hip angle in that layout. Look at that, completely clean. Had to take that step back, but it's definitely better to take a step back than a step forward. One reason is because it's a little bit easier on the ankles, and another reason is just for aesthetic purposes. It looks like that gymnast, or Caitlin Donovan in this case, has the potential to pull out that Yurchenko 1.5, add that extra half twist, get that 10-0 start value for the Redbirds.
And you saw there just a few moments ago, Kaylee, we were taking a look over at Bowling Green State on the beam. Emily Broska getting ready over there. Her head coach talking to her. What's something that a head coach is going to be saying to you to get your mind right as you're getting set for your routine?
I cannot say this enough, but one skill at a time. Do what you know how to do in the gym. This is just like practice. All of these are little phrases to kind of get your mind and all those racing thoughts into one. I know that when I was a gymnast, my coach would tell me to get all the butterflies in my stomach and line them up in a line to keep me balanced on the beam. So that definitely helped, believe it or not.
So it looks like Castiglia, she received a 9.65 on her beam routine there, leading off for Bowling Green.
Looks like she's going to go into her series here. Handspring layout, no wobble at all as we move over to the bars for Centenary.
On the bars at the moment for Centenary, that's Rose Deschler.
And it looks like she's going right into that overshoot. Hit that handstand with a little bit of leg separation, but those handstands are so important in college gymnastics. As she goes into her dismount, giant full, little bit of leg separation there. Into the double back. As you can see, her toes return a little bit inwards, legs a little separated. Hit those handstands. It's going to be a solid routine for Centenary.
Popping back over to beam now. That still is Elise Broska, over on the beam. Got that 9.65 for Emily Castiglia.
Looks like she goes into her dismount, round off 1.5, over rotates it, spots her coach at the end. Solid beam routine for Bowling Green. It looks like we're only seeing solid, and solid so far, and let's see if all teams can keep this up for the rest of the meet.
Taking a look at the scoreboard now, it's looking like Isabella DeCruz on the vault for ISU scored a 9.65 as well. So a lot of high scores going on already, Kaylee.
Definitely. As we pop on over to the vault here, looks like there's been a lineup change as Nyrel Bart Williams is up right now. She goes into Yurchenko 1.5 with a slight hop forward. Look at the excitement on Bob's face. Absolutely clean, no leg bend at all. Spotted the floor surprisingly well, as it is hard to spot on a 1.5 with that blind landing. That's going to be a huge score for the Redbirds here.
So that was actually Nyrel Bart Williams in the 4-hole there. We actually were not able to see J Max routine over on vault, but I can tell you, Kaylee, she got quite a bit of round of applause from her teammates as well. And ISU right now fired up and grooving early over on the vault.
So hard to keep track with all of this good gymnastics just all around us. There's so much energy as there is a pretty big crowd here tonight in CEFCU Arena.
Over on the bars here, it looks like Centenary is getting set for their routine as well. They're going to be in the number 3 hole now, as that should be Isabel Plaza waiting to get going. She's talking to her student section right behind her there.
As we look over on the beam, looks like we have Dalia Soloranzo Caruso up. She sticks that full turn perfectly. She goes and gets prepared for her series. That full turn is one of the scariest skills in a gymnastics meet, although it's been one that's been done by every gymnast since they were probably 11. Perfect series, gives nothing away, no balance checks, no wobbles, a little bit of a bent leg. Gives nothing away to the judges, though.
Taking a look at the high scores at the moment, Nyrel Bart Williams posted a 9.825 on her vault routine there, so Bob's look of shock on his face was definitely deserved, as that was a near perfect routine for Bart Williams.
Looks like we go into a side sami here, one of my favorite gymnastic skills. It's so unique as it is like a side aerial, but with a bent leg, a grab on that leg, and a bend and sideways landing.
And a great balance check there to catch herself before falling off and losing that 5/10 of a point. And she dismounts as well, and a round of applause from her teammates. So still waiting for some of those scores to roll in over on bars. Only that 8.825 right now for Centenary. ISU now soaring into the lead with that 38.875, and Bowling Green State 19.2 on the beam at the moment. Still waiting for Isabel Plaza to get going over there, and here's the dismount for
Look
Bowling
at that
Green.
stick. A little bit of a weight transfer to keep herself from stepping on that landing, but overall, a great beam routine, a great save. We're still waiting for Centenary on the bars here. It looks like Izzy Plaza. So as we take a look at Angelica Labatz, Yurchenko 1.5, a little bit high entry on that table there, had to take a low landing. Went for that 10-0 start value. Sometimes you will fall a little bit short. As we go over to bars here for Centenary with Plaza. Great overshoot there, a little bit of leg separation, didn't quite hit the handstand. A lot of loose legs, a lot of flex feet for Centenary, but they are definitely hitting their handstands and doing the best that they can. Solid routine for them for sure. A little bit of a chest low on that landing, but they're doing very, very well and very consistent on this event so far tonight.
Consistency is key across the board right now, as ISU has definitely been setting the tone of pace as they're soaring out to that 48.525 score at the moment.
Definitely, definitely. And vault is one of ISU's strong suits. So the fact that they're showing that tonight really shows their strength as a team, as we have exhibitionist Mia O up, the freshman. She pulls out the Yurchenko full, something we have not seen from her yet. It was very, very clean, lots of height off that table. Definitely going to make the coaches rethink her lineup position. A little bit of a hip angle there, leg separation on the vault. Overall solid.
Now back over to beam for Bowling Green. Looks like we're going to have Catherine Wheelbacher at the moment over there.
The thing that I am just immediately noticing about her gymnastics is how every single dance move, every single pose is down to perfection, is completed right from her feet to her fingertips as she goes into a gorgeous front toss split jump, hits that 180 on that split jump with no problem at all. And it looks like she was going for a gain or dismount and unfortunately missed her foot, so she will not get credit for that, so she is going to attempt it again. So she will get credit for the dismount, sticks it, will still get that 5/10 deduction. Sometimes flukes even happen to the best.
Just an unfortunate slip there, and you could see it on her face. Confidence is definitely key with the judges to maintaining your high score, and she definitely kept it together, got racked back on the beam, and that didn't distract her at all from completing her goal. So great confidence there.
For sure, and it's definitely one of the most difficult parts about gymnastics is definitely getting back into that mindset after a fall. Thinking about anything from that fall when the fall is the only thing you can think about. Very contradictory, very difficult, and almost as difficult as doing the skill physically.
And what's so heartbreaking about that routine is she was nailing every step of the way.
Definitely.
She didn't wobble at all. It's just an unfortunate slip there that helped her to lose a little bit of that score towards the end.
Looks like for Bowling Green State, have a few left. Looks like Illinois State finished their vault rotation a little bit early. As Blake said, they soared through it. We're just waiting for the other two teams to catch up here on their rotation and for the judges for their scores.
And definitely a little bit surprising to see ISU jumping out so quickly and being done with their routine, as they're not used to this pace that the Tri-Meet has set for them. So to beat a team like Centenary over on bars, as Centenary is still waiting to get into their third member of the lineup, that third member of the lineup for their bars routine. Excuse me, their fourth member, Emma Lavelle.
She goes into that overshoot there. I'm seeing a lot of overshoots from Centenary. So they go right into beautiful toe hecht, gets that height in between the low and the high bar. And it looks like she went over on that handstand, and that is just one of the risks that a lot of gymnasts will have to take when trying to hit that handstand perfectly and get the maximum amount of points as possible. Double layout, has to take that fall. Unfortunately, it looks like her snap in the middle of the skill wasn't exactly timed right. A little bit of flex feet, tried to pike it around, but didn't quite make it, unfortunately.
So now over on the beam for Bowling Green, Taylor Jensen is in the middle of her routine. As we take a look at that replay there,
as you can see, when she lets go of the bar, she is open immediately. When you let go of the bar on the double layout, you want to open in the middle of the dismount, in the middle of the skill. And unfortunately, has to take a big wobble on that jump there, Taylor Jensen. As a gymnast, whenever I see somebody wobble on their jumps, I just want to yell, bend, bend, bend your legs. Because when you absorb the landing, it takes a little bit of that balance check risk away. Beautiful acrobatic element there from Jensen, however.
Jensen going at the pace that we saw from Wheelbacher.
Back handspring 1.5 dismount, pretty much sticks the landing. It's really hard to get into that mindset of hitting a routine after you're seeing your teammate fall. Overall, going to be a good score for Bowling Green State, minus that balance check.
So Kaylee, taking a look back one more time at that Wheelbacker slip there, is it nice to see your teammate right after you, someone like Taylor Jensen, sort of back you up and be able to put out a great performance like that, sort of give you your confidence back that, hey, I've got someone watching my back at all times?
Definitely, and teamwork is one of the biggest values in college gymnastics. It's one of the biggest differences in college gymnastics from the Junior Olympic program. As you are competing before college, you're definitely focused on your individual skills, your individual routines, and while you are still focused on that in college, having that teamwork aspect, having that teamwork chemistry, and knowing that everybody has that trust and has each other's back is definitely huge.
Over on bars for Centenary, they're still just taking a few moments over there to wait for the judges and their scoring, but Sophie Schmitz right now waiting in the queue line there.
This is definitely another very high pressure moment, waiting for the judges to score, knowing that you have to do a full bar routine, especially when your teammate takes a fall. A lot of pressure in gymnastics.
So remaining for Centenary, after Sophie Schmitz, she gets into her routine. Taylor Ann Wilson will follow her up as the anchor.
And unfortunately, right off the bat, she has to take a pause there from that mount into her release. Beautiful Jaeger, however. Great form, great height, sees the bar. Great overshoot, misses the handstand a little bit. Very, very clean though, very clean for Centenary tonight. As she goes into her giant full, a little bit of leg separation there, into the double back, has to take that step back. Unfortunately, has to take that pause in between her two elements. I'm telling you, even though that mount, which is just a jump to the high bar, looks easy, getting that momentum into it is so difficult. She goes into her dismount here. Has to take that step back. Great routine for Centenary.
So Megan Bingham now over on the beam for Bowling Green State. She is the anchor for them in this routine. We'll see Megan one more time tonight. She'll be competing in the bars.
Immediately what I see about Megan Bingham, just like I saw in Wheelbacker, perfection up into every single dance move. Gets a little bit of a hop on that dismount there, over rotates it. But to anchor beam, again, huge amount of pressure. She knows that she's put an anchor for a reason as we look at that dismount there. I don't think I saw those legs separate once. Definitely no deductions on form there.
Bingham, a freshman from Louisville, Kentucky. In high school, she placed first in the Junior Nationals, and she was a 5th all-around champion gymnast of the year in 2019, so not surprising to see her stepping into the lineup for the Falcons as an anchor at that.
Definitely, definitely. And knowing that you are an anchor, it doesn't mean that you're the best on the team or you have the highest scoring overall on the team. It just means that you have the best looking routine that week. That's another thing about gymnastics. It changes week by week. Lineups change last minute, even during the competition. I remember that when I was a gymnast on ISU, I would always bring my grips just in case I needed to get thrown in on bars. And the fact that you just have to always mentally prepared for that is honestly very tiring.
So the final gymnast for Centenary now, Taylor Ann Wilson, getting set for her routine over on bars here. Centenary currently at the moment 27.05 for their score. We'll still have one more score coming in from the previous Sophie Schmitz. And it looks like we might actually have two coming in a little bit late, but we'll get on those in just a few moments as soon as we get them. And it looks like Sophie Schmitz is going to be scoring a 9.25 for her routine. It was just posted on the judges board as we get into the routine.
And look at those lines from Wilson. Wow, look at that moment. Beautiful pack salto right to the low bar. A little bit over on that direction change. It looks like she kind of fumbled her grip a little bit, but her center of gravity was a little bit too far over. Hits that handstand, though, with no problem as she's going to go into her dismount. She is moving fast through this routine. Huge full in. Great dismount there from Wilson. Toes glued together. Plenty of height on that. That was definitely Centenary's best routine of the night. Taylor Wilson is an anchor for a reason.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Kaylee. That could not have been a better way for Centenary to end off the bars routine. Over on beam now we have Bowling Green State. It's going to be their exhibition gymnast, Serena Ross, here.
Looks like Serena Ross is going to go into that full turn, the scary full turn that every gymnast knows only gets scary during the gymnastics meets. So we look as she prepares for another element here. Into her dismount, back handspring 1.5, a little bit under rotated on that. Looks like that she did have great air awareness in that dismount, however. Sold herself a little bit short there on the landing.
And Ross for Bowling Green State, she's appeared in quite a few meets for them over the past years. In 2022, she appeared in 8 meets, and she posted a career best on the beam routine with a 9.775.
Looks like we're going over and looking at bars now for Centenary. Looks like Amy Forret will be exhibitioning for them.
And Forret, once again, Kaylee, we keep on saying her name over and over again. She's definitely one of the gymnasts that Centenary is going to want to get quite a few reps, as she should be here for quite a long time for them.
Definitely, and it looks like she's trying to put herself into the bar lineup. Looks like a little bit of a struggle on that toe hecht hit there, a little bit of a momentum loss as the height was not exactly there from the low to high bar, but a beautiful double layout to cap the entire bar routine all off.
And Taylor Ann Wilson's score was just posted over there on the judges' board as a 9.675.
To take a look at that gorgeous dismount there for Centenary. A little bit of a step back, as you can see. Form was almost perfect, however.
So after the first round here, Illinois State leads 48.525. Bowling Green State in second place with 48.1, and Centenary in third with a 44.775. We're going to step away and take a quick break before the second round of events can go underway here. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ESPN.
Retirement? It's been great so far, if you couldn't already tell. The wealth management team at Heartland Bank looked at my current investments and recommended updates and strategy that better fit my life. Then they took time to learn about my future needs and created a plan to meet them. When it came time to sell my share of the business, they guided me through investing the assets and setting up a trust for the kids. Now, thanks to hard work and the wealth advisors at Heartland Bank, my best days are ahead of me.
If you're looking ahead to retirement, let us help you plan.
At Heller Ford, we know car shoppers spend over 10 hours searching online before buying. That's a long time. With over 1,000 vehicles, our selection and prices make it easy for you. Shop with confidence. Shop Heller Ford in El Paso online at hellerstores.com.
And what if I want a new car?
State Farm's here to help.
What if I want a new career? Keep bouncing it, keep bouncing it, keep bouncing it, keep bouncing it again, keep bouncing it again. He bounced it really quick. He bounced it again. He ran and bounced it. He bounced it. He bounced it. He bounced it again. He bounced real quick. Feel free to jump in. He bounced again. He bounced again.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Heller Motors, we know car shoppers spend over 10 hours searching online before buying. That's a long time. With over 1,000 vehicles, our selection and prices make it easy for you. Shop with confidence. Shop Heller Motors in Pontiac online at Heller's.
Welcome back here to CEFCU Arena. Taking a look at the scores after that first round of action. ISU in the lead by just a 0.4 of a point with that 48.525. Bowling Green State in second with that 48.1, and Centenary now with a 45.975. So just a 2.55 lead for ISU to get out of that one. High scores for that one. Nyrel Bart Williams led ISU with a 9.825 on vault. For bars, it was the anchor Taylor Ann Wilson for Centenary with a 9.675. And over on beam, we saw with Megan Bingham. She posted a 9.675 for Bowling Green State. We can take a look at the lineups now for this rotation, as Bowling Green is going to be over on the floor now. Bowling Green going to be leading off with Dalia Solorzano Caruso, Maddie Coburn in the number 2 spot, Emily Castiglia in the 3rd spot, Taylor Jensen there at number 4, Katrina Mendez Abelnick in the 5th spot, and rounding out the lineup, we talked about her a little bit ago on beam, Catherine Leo Backer. Now we're going to take a look over at Centenary as they'll be over on the beam. Riley Molina will be in the number 1 spot. Rose Deschler coming just behind her. Emma Lavelle in the 3rd hole. Amy Forret, the freshman, in the 4th spot. Kennedy Stevens there at the 5th spot. And rounding out the lineup for the anchor, Carissa Martinez. We can round it out now with the home team, with the Illinois State Redbirds. Over there on bars, Carly Hawksworth now in the number 1 spot. She'll be leading out for ISU. Madison Kipp in the number 2 spot. Nyrel Bart Williams, the freshman, in the number 3 spot. Julia Heiner in the 4th spot. Alana Lastier at 5th. And rounding out the lineup, the anchor, Angelica Labat. So we're going to toss it out over to a break now just before the action can resume. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ESPN. Welcome back to SEPQ Arena now. Bowling Green State getting set over there on their floor routine. But we're going to take a blast from the past and take a look at some of the previous outcomes for some of the teams here today. So for Bowling Green, their previous meet, they lost to Central Michigan by just over 0.2 of a point with that 194.1 to the 193.775. And for Bowling Green, we talked about it a little bit earlier on. They are still searching for that first win. Last season, they were 2-13 overall, so they're about on that same exact pace that they were looking at for last season. But, you know, they're only 0.2 of a point away there from coming out with their first victory. So still a competitive team, and definitely something that their coach should be telling them is that we are just a mere misstep away from coming away with a victory for one of these meets. And that could be very well today, as they are off to a hot start with that 48.1 score, just 0.4 of the point behind ISU.
Bowling Green is only pretty much a hair away from Central Michigan on that last meet there. That is quite literally 3 flex feet away.
And for ISU, They're sitting at just 4-4 on the season, coming off that second place over at the NIU Tri-Meet. They finished with that final score of 194.35, and it's looking like that 194 is going to be the score to beat if you're ISU or Bowling Green or even Centenary, as that was the score that, of course, just barely eked out over Bowling Green State. So for Centenary, they've had a relatively successful season as well, competing in quite a few of the tri-meets. They've competed in 3 across the board. They won their first individual meet at Hamline with that 186.7 score over 185.1. So a little bit of a lower scoring affair there, Kaylee. So what do you think might have happened for them, and what do you think they're doing today to rebuild their confidence?
I think that for Centenary, a lot of their deductions come from their form. They are hitting the routines. They seem pretty solid, but there are a lot of flex feet, a little bit of steps, some leg separations. But once they get that down, once they go into the gym and know that they have that to work on, that form on those skills, they will come out a lot better than they have been doing. And it can only go up for Centenary from here.
So for the second rotation, we'll take a look at some of the lineups for the ISU Redbirds. They'll be on bars. Once again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Carly Hawksworth over there in the number 1 spot. Madison Kipp in the number 2 spot. Nyrel Bart Williams there over at the 3rd hole. Julia Heiner there over at 4th. Alana Laster at the 5th spot. And Angelica Labat. She'll see quite a lot of work today. She's there in the anchor role. Popping over now for Bowling Green, they're going to be on the floor first today. Dalia Solorzano Caruso in the number 1 spot. Maddie Coburn at the 2nd hole. Emily Castiglia in the middle of the lineup. Taylor Jensen there at 4th. Katrina Mendez Abelnick 5th. And rounding out the lineup, Catherine Wheelbacher. We saw her have that fall off of the beam a little bit earlier. She was limping around. We'll have to see if an injury or something occurred on that one as we get further into the meet. We'll pop over to Centenary now and take a look at their lineup as they are on beam. For Centenary, they'll have Riley Molina leading off for them, Rose Deschler in the 2nd hole, Emma Lavelle over there at 3rd, and Amy Forret at 4th. For the 5th spot, Kennedy Stevens will be filling in, and Carissa Martinez for Centenary. She'll be rounding out the line out there. We're going to see Carissa Martinez be the anchor for quite a few of these matches, or excuse me, quite a few of these events. She'll be doing that for floor, beam, and we're going to see her, over on vault in just a little bit here. So Carly Hawksworth getting set over there for her routine on the bars, and she's got quite a performance to follow up as ISU was nearly perfect there on their vault routine.
And it looks like Carly Hawksworth has only hit her routines ever since her debut as lineup for ISU. It looks like she had to hit the floor there on that glide swing because she didn't get enough power out of the Ginger into the overshoot. Let's see if she can pull it together on this dismount here. Giant, double lay. Great landing, a little bit of a chest down, but was able to use her momentum and pull her chest up and get it together. To take the floor touch on that glide. Still made the routine, hit her handstands clean, and that's something that you will see from ISU as you take a look at that dismount again.
Definitely that little hop at the end there might be a little bit of a point reduction, but besides that, nearly stuck the landing there. Now Dalia Solorzano Caruso, the senior from Ontario, she'll be on floor for Bowling Green.
We see as she goes into her first pass here. She does have a career high on this event of a 9.725. So let's see if she can beat that tonight. Round off back handspring. Double pike, gets huge height on that first pass. It looks like she could have done an extra flip there or maybe added a twist.
And Caruso, primarily in 2022, she posted a lot of her career high on beams and bars. For beams, she was a 9.9 as her career high. Once again, near perfection, only attempted the point there. And on bars, she posted a 9.825, so an excellent all-around anchor for Bowling Green State.
Let's see what she does. Into her second pass, front handspring, front full, front layout. Great power on this event so far, and posting career highs on bars and beam, that uses different qualities and different attributes in the gymnast. It uses agility and balance. Floor uses power, so showing that she can make the floor iron up could potentially put her in an all-around spot. As we see her dance into the corner for her last pass here. It looks like this season she is competing as an all-arounder. as in her last meet against Central Michigan, she did get a 38.8. Let's see what she can pull together for her last pass here. Front handspring, Rudy. Made it all the way on that rotation there. Seems a little bit tired by the end of that floor routine, as though that pass was a little bit lower to the ground as her previous passes, but by no means was that an incomplete skill. Great routine, great start for Bowling Green as we take a look at that last pass again. Makes it all the way around, all 1.5 twists.
And you can see the confidence in her as well there. Every time she came out and she stuck a landing, she was more than happy to take a look at her teammates and have them cheering her on.
That is such a big aspect of floor. Having that audience engagement, having that teammate engagement only adds to the energy and the power that you can show off on the floor for the judges and for everybody else. To move on to bars here for Illinois State, we have Madison Kipp.
So we'll still be waiting for Centenary once again to take their first gymnast over on the beam. So Madison Kipp, you said it, Kaylee, on bars.
And Madison Kipp has some of the cleanest bars I have seen. And that is something that I can say about Illinois State in general. All of the gymnasts that they have up are clean, clean, clean. As you could see, that overshoot hit handstand with no leg separation. On her release move, Jaeger there, she did in fact take a little bit of a leg bend because she was a little bit close. Misses the handstand a little bit there, but is able to pull it around for that double pack. A hit bar routine for Illinois State, for Madison Kipp. Second in the lineup, all she had to do was hit and hit clean. And she did just that.
So ISU just keeping it rolling now, and it definitely seems like that addition of Bob Conkling back may have made an impact on their confidence and maybe their comfort level as well.
For sure, having that extra layer of security, having a little bit more familiarity in a setting that isn't all too familiar, as this is competition and not practice. However, these gymnasts have been in hundreds of competitions. They know the drill, they know what to do, but still every single time is just as nerve-wracking as before.
So over on bars, Carly Hawksworth posting a 9.525 for her first score of this event.
As we look over to Bowling Green on the floor, we have Maddie Coburn up. I love the initial sound that they have in their floor routine to let the gymnasts know that it's time to start their routine. Bowling Green's mascot is the Falcon, so they all have a little bird to cue the gymnast up. She goes into her first pass here. Round out back handspring, 2.5 twist. Wow, do I love twisting tumbling passes. Something you definitely don't see much in college gymnastics. You see a lot of flipping, but a beautiful 2.5 from Coburn there on the floor. And her last meet against Central Michigan, she did get a career high on this event of a 9.725. Look as she is dancing into this corner here. There is so much gymnastics going on right now. The energy in CEFCU Arena tonight is insane. She goes into her last pass here. Front handspring, front full, front pike. It's just the same amount of hike on that second element as the first. That is something you want to see out of a combination pass.
Over on the bars over there as well, where we're just missing out of the camera. Nyrel Bart Williams just went over there and over on the beam at the current moment for Centenary. We'll see that recap in just a few moments for them as well.
Round off 1.5 stag jump as her last pass. Beautifully done. A lot of the gymnasts will put a stag or a jump right after their last pass or whichever pass to contain their power without a deduction.
So for ISU over on the bars, Madison Kipp just posted a score of 9.65, and here's Nyrel Bart Williams sticking the landing there.
Looks like she has had a little bit of trouble on that dismount in the past few meets. So seeing her find her feet, find her landing is definitely something that will be a personal win for her. So it looks like we are looking at Julia Heiner on the uneven bars for Illinois State. As we go and take a look at that replay from Bowling Green, from Coburn, look at that last pass into the stag jump. What a great artistic choice to keep the tumbling pass without deductions on the landing.
So it looks like Julia Heiner getting set over on the bars now.
And another thing about Julia Heiner is she is just clean on this event. I say it every time she goes and every time she makes lineup and performs a bar routine. something I love about her gymnastics. Toe hand, direct landing handstand, overshoot, actually a little bit of an arch and arm bend there. Something very uncharacteristic of Julia, but she does hit that handstand with perfection as she's going to go into a very clean dismount here. Double layout, spots the landing, sticks it. That's going to be a great score for Illinois State. If you just look at her gymnastics, you could just see head to toe, perfectly straight line as we take a look at that dismount. Whips it all the way around, spots that landing, bends to absorb it. Look at the happiness of her teammates, that energy.
And still hugs to go around for her.
Hugs always. Hugs always in gymnastics. High fives, hugs. Big, big teamwork sport.
Nyrel Bart Williams' score is just now posted as well for the bars. She scored a 9.75. Dalia Solozano Caruso, she got a 9.6 on her floor routine. And for Centenary, still waiting for them to have a score posted for their beam routines.
I definitely think Caruso should have gotten a higher score on that floor routine. That was very, very clean. Personally, I'm not a judge, but I personally did not see 4/10 of a deduction from that clean routine with a lot of height. It looks over, we go over to Centenary on the beam, and it looks like we have to take a fall immediately. Looks like it's going to be Rose Deschler up for Centenary, and she has to take that fall immediately. And it looks like she is trying to get back up and get back into the mindset for Centenary here. That is one of the risky things about having such a hard element worth so many points and so much of your routine at the beginning. If you fall, it could mess up the momentum, the mental mindset for the rest of that routine. Beautiful series, though, as we saw there. And she goes into a switch side. Slight balance check there. If she bent her legs, maybe I'm a little biased, but I would say if she bent her legs there, she could have made it. But for some reason, that trick just always worked for me on my dance moves and my leaps. But every gymnast is definitely different. It's a very cool dance move there from her. She's definitely mentally preparing to get into that dismount. Let's see what she can pull together to cap off this beam routine. Centenary is going to want to not count this one as there was a fall, but let's see if she can pull it together. A little bit of a step on that dismount, did not need to take that. Looks like if she, again, bent her legs a little bit more, she could have stuck that landing. But look how clean that was with the chest up, great landing. Unfortunately, has to take that fall.
Definitely some minimal distance there on that little bit of step there from the landing. Over for ISU, we're going to take a look at a replay for Alana Laster as she nailed her landing.
Same dismount as Nyrel Bart Williams. Stick on the landing, and that landing is definitely more difficult than one that goes backwards because it is blind and you can't necessarily spot the floor. So being able to find any visual cue to bend your legs and stick is more than difficult.
And you saw that smile there from Alana Laster as well as she was landing and as she was flipping. She knew exactly what she was doing. Was amazing.
Looks like we just caught the end of Emily Castiglia's floor there for Bowling Green.
So taking a look over at the scoreboard now for ISU, Julia Heiner, her score was just posted as well. She posted a 9.85 over on the bars for her routine. So we'll have to see if Alana Laster was able to beat that score as they were very similar routines. Angelica Labat now over on the bars for ISU, rounding out their lineup.
And this release move here is huge for Labat. Nobody gets height like her on that. And it looks like she fell on that in the warm-ups. It's hard getting that correct amount of distance from the release move right into the overshoot, but she did it very well. She goes into her full in dismount, sticks the landing. She knows exactly what she's doing, spotting that floor, bending it. It seemed like she didn't even need to finish the dismount before she knew she was going to take that stick. Look at that. Look at that smile. Again, just like last year, she looked like she was smiling before she even landed.
And for ISU, I just keep on thinking there's no way it can possibly get better. And then you have Angelica Labat somehow manage to top Alana Laster there with her stellar performance.
One good thing about Illinois State is it's looking recently like their bar routine lineups could be interchangeable. Every gymnast is putting out their best routine, their best work, and putting together a lineup may be difficult for Coach Conkling here in the future, and that's definitely a problem every coach would love to have.
So ISU once again finished leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of their competition. Still just waiting for some of the scores to come in here before that action can resume.
Looks like we're going to have Taylor Jensen up on Bowling Green on the floor.
And over on beam for Centenary in a couple of moments here. Looks like we're going to be seeing, it appears that that's Rose Deschler, Emma Lavelle for Centenary.
Centenary is a little bit behind on the lineup here, just getting those beam routines in, but beam and floor are by far the longer events. They take 1:30.
So it appears on the beam now, actually, at the moment, that is Amy Forret, not Emma Lavelle. Emma Lavelle posted a 9:025 for her routine.
Centenary is a little bit more ahead than we initially thought. She goes into her series here. Handspring layout, kicks that leg back. It's like it was a little bit of an artistic move there in order to save that balance check. Make the judges question if that was supposed to be part of the routine or if that was a mistake. Another great thing about beam, there are so many little cover-ups that you can make, yet so little room for mistake somehow at the same time. Side aerial, saves herself there, was a little bit low, did not get enough height off of that push off, still manages to make it around, finish it strong.
And that balance check, Kaylee, that's a little higher, that's a little harder to hide from the judges as opposed to the previous balance checks that we saw from her.
For sure. She goes into another leap here, right into a dismount of a gainer full. What a unique combination into the dismount, showing off that flexibility there. I think that combination is very unique and very pretty, something we should be seeing more in college gymnastics, incorporating those dance elements.
For Lily Harsh, her score just came in for Bowling Green. She scored a 9.6 for her floor routine. We saw a little bit of that replay. Now for Bowling Green State on the floor, we have Emily Castiglia. That is actually Taylor Jensen over on the floor.
So hard to keep track with 3 teams here tonight. So much good gymnastics, so much that your eye just naturally draws to. As we see Jensen up on the floor here. Round up back handspring, double pike. You can see she goes so high and has so much power there that she nearly went off the camera. A little bit of an over rotation too as well. It's had to take a few steps back. Those all will be deductions. Shows off that 180 on that straddle leap, however, and on that jump. Looks like Taylor Jensen in 2022 got the MAC Gymnast of the Week award once. Front handspring, front full layout. Saves herself a little bit on that layout there. Seems to not exactly know where she was in the air, but still, again, managed to pull through, managed to land it, managed to continue with her routine. No time to waste as she goes into her last pass here. Round up back handspring, double back. It's great height. Seems very happy about that. We'll get extra bonus for completing that double back at the end of the routine. So much power from these gymnasts tonight, especially from Bowling Green on the floor.
What I'll say from that routine there was that was probably the strongest finish we've seen from Bowling Green up to this point on the floor.
Definitely. Look at that rotation. She got just the amount of height, just the amount of rotation to make that around, make that finish. As we go on to Centenary on the beam. Looks like we have Kennedy Stevens up. Slight balance check on that series there. However, what I love about her gymnastics as I'm watching it is her dance. Look at those fingers point. Holds that leg up at the end, shows off that flexibility. Something that I love about gymnastics and something I would love to see more in college gymnastics, like I said, is incorporating artistic dance and artistic leaps into the beam routines. Beautiful flexibility, regular leap into a split jump ring. has to take her eyes off of the beam for a second there. A very risky leap pass to put into a beam routine, especially in competition.
For Stevens, she scored a 9.6 on beam in the MIC Championship, so that was her career high, coming in at just the right time for her team, posting a career high.
Looks like we're going to be seeing her go into a dismount here. Back handspring, tuck 1.5. A tuck 1.5 or a tuck twisting anything is something not often seen in college gymnastics, especially right out of a back handspring. Might had to have done a tuck in order to get that dismount all the way around. Seemed a little bit under-rotated on that twist and on the rotation, however. Still pulls it through, very clean, and I just loved all of the artistic elements and the dance from that routine from her as well.
So ISU, all of their scores finally in for their bar routine. Nyril Bart-Williams with a 9.75. Carly Hawksworth, the one who was leading off for the Birds, with a 9.525. Julia Heiner with a 9.85. Madison Kipp with a 9.65. Angelica Labat, the anchor, with a 9.875. And Alana Lasser with a 9.775. So a common theme there for all of the Birds across the board. High nines for all of their marks. Taking a look over for Century.
Looks like we have Katrina Mendez-Albanik up on the floor for Bowling Green. I'm sorry, Blake. I definitely just cut you off there for Centenary.
No, absolutely, Kaylee. Whatever's taking place on the floor is more pertinent than the scores that are posted at the moment. But over for Beam for Centenary, 9.025 for Rose Deschler, Amy Fort with a 9.375, a 8.925 for Emma Lavelle, and an 8.2 for Riley Molina.
Looks like we're actually going back on the beam to Centenary. It looks like we have Carissa Martinez up, anchoring for this team tonight on the balance beam.
Martinez, a sophomore from Albuquerque, New Mexico. In her freshman season, she competed in 8 meets in both beam and floor.
And unfortunately, she will have to take that fall. It looks like she did not have enough rotation on that back handspring layout. A little bit too much of a set there, taking too much of time. A little bit slow moving. Another thing that sometimes gets in the way of gymnasts performing their best on the balance beam. Thinking too hard about their skills. Great leap pass, however, looks very, very confident on that. Hit that 180, no problem. Maybe even a little bit more, shows off that flexibility as we move on to the floor. And here is Katrina Mendez-Albanik.
Mendez-Albanik, she's in the lineup quite a bit for the Falcons.
Round back handspring, double back, a little bit of a locked leg landing, still manages to pull it through and perform. Makes the judges think and know that she has done that skill many times without problem. Scared me a little bit though, something about locked legs on the landings, I just know that hurts. You can see she has 2 ankles taped there. Definitely the sign of a common floor worker. Great leap, powerful and flexible at once, the qualities you want to see in a gymnast. As she goes into her last pass here. Front full, front tuck, has to take that sit. It looked like out of her front full, she didn't open up, or she opened up a little bit too early, excuse me. Has to take that under rotation and fall.
And we'll take a look back over to beam and take a look at the replay here for Carissa Martinez. Sticks the landing perfectly.
Definitely.
Smile on that face.
Definitely. A little bit close to the end of the beam, but circumvents it by going a little bit to the side.
And definitely a strong finish for her, and she finished her freshman season posting career highs in her last 3 meets. She just kept on one-upping herself, so she definitely had a high to come into this season on, and she's been doing a great job this season, posting a career high of a 9.75 on beam earlier this year.
Fortunately, she did have to take that fall on that back handspring layout. Again, a series that every gymnast has been doing for so long, and somehow in a competition setting just turns into the hardest thing in the world. As we look, it looks like we're going to have an exhibition for Centenary. It's going to be Leilani Johnson. She starts her beam routine here. A little bit of fun dance, full turn, no problem. Looks like she is in the zone here, ready to go for her series. Back handspring, back layout, sticks it perfectly, does not take her eyes off that beam. A little bit of a bent leg you saw there. Again, the form that Centenary is definitely working on in the gym.
And Leilani is actually a Chicago native, Kaylee, so she's back home for a little bit here on this road trip up to Normal, Illinois.
Must be comforting for her. Again, gymnasts love routine. Gymnasts love to be reminded of familiar things. As she goes into her switch side there, locks out the legs, has to take that fall. I almost screamed, bend, bend again. I feel like maybe if she just bent her leg, she could have saved that. Interesting dismount. Front full off of one leg. Very, very unique. I really like the way that looked artistically. Centenary is really just pulling out these artistic moves on the balance beam that aren't quite seen very commonly in college gymnastics as we move on back to the floor here. Looks like we'll have Catherine Wilbacher anchoring for Bowling Green on the floor tonight.
Wheelbacker for Bowling Green. She's a sophomore. In her last meet, she was second on the floor with a 9.85, so she'll be looking to follow up that performance with another strong one here.
Opens up with a front handspring, front double, seems to know where she was and finished that blind landing before the skill even finished. Looks like her career high on this event is a 9.9. And based on what we're seeing so far, making it all the way around on those jumps, a little over rotation, but finishing in that lunge to give the judges the perception that there was no mistake there. Let's see if she can beat that career high tonight. I think something very unique about gymnastics itself is that every gymnast gets a routine and gets dance choreographed personally for them that shows off their best strengths as a gymnast. So some gymnasts will have a little bit more of a fast-paced routine, but it looks like for Wheelbacker, she is intense, locked in, and ready to go. Last pass, round off 1.5 punch layout. A little bit of an over-rotation on that 1.5 there, but manages to get into that layout, finish that routine. The confidence is really key for her right now. As we look at that replay here, 1.5 punch layout. The thing I've noticed about her floor routine is she seems to know that she will land the skill before she does. Definitely helps with the physical part of gymnastics, but definitely the mental as well, giving yourself that confidence.
Taking a look at the floor scores for Bowling Green up to this point, Lauren Bannister, 9.575 on her floor routine. Emily Castiglia struggled a little bit. She posted an 8.65. Madison Coburn with a 9.6, as well as Lily Harsh, as well as Dalia Solorzano Caruso. So consistency across the board for Bowling Green between three of their gymnasts, and one that struggled a little bit, Kaylee. So we'll have to see what this final score is posted at, and maybe it can bring up their team total a little bit.
Definitely, and it looks like we have scores up right now for the events that were just shown. Bowling Green State 47.025 on the floor, Illinois State with a 48.9 on the bars, and Centenary with a 45.950 on the beam. So it looks like after the second rotation, Illinois State is still leading, Bowling Green a little bit behind, and then Centenary a little behind as well. And it looks like for Bowling Green, Wheelbacker got a 9.8 on that floor routine.
So ISU will maintain that lead. Centenary falls a little bit behind here, just 5.4 points in the rear, as ISU's total score right now is at 97.425. Bowling Green with a 95.125, and Centenary with a 95.025. Still going to be on the floor over here for Bowling Green, as they have one more gymnast to compete.
Looks like for Bowling Green on the floor, they were going to be having an exhibition. Eliza Broska. Something about an exhibition is just equally as nerve-wracking, because even though your score is not counting towards the team score, you are trying to prove to yourself, to your teammates, to the coaches that you are prepared and ready to be in lineup, thrown in there whenever needed. Round of back handspring, double pike to start it off. Great rotation on that. Great set. And for a double pike, the set is really what sets the entire skill. It's probably why it's called the set now that I think about it. Round up back handspring, It doesn't matter how much height you get, as long as you just have enough, have a strong set, strong rotation, you will make it over. Round off 1.5 into the front layout, has to whip that front layout a little bit as she was over-rotated on that 1.5. Another difficult thing about this combination skills, ending the first one in a completely upright position with the chest. Hard to find when you're twisting and flipping at the same time. Tour-Jeté into a Popa, a little bit short of that 180 there, but makes it all the way around, twisting-wise with no problem. Looks like she's breathing into the corner there for her last pass. Round off, back handspring, double back, sticks the landing. Look at her teammate just pump her arms up in joy. There was no problem spotting the floor there. Flashes the judges that smile with that direct eye contact. That's definitely going to make the coaches think about a potential lineup position.
Absolutely, Kaylee, and she's actually coming off her first career meet on the beam, and she posted a career high of 9.725.
Just take a look at that replay there. Round off 1.5 into that front layout, as you can see that leg bend in order to save from that fall. Round off double back, great stick to end that floor routine. And it looks like we are wrapped up for the second event here in CEFCU Arena.
So with that being said, Kaylee, we're going to take a quick peek at the final scores for ISU. Over on bars, they posted a 48.9. Bowling Green State close behind them with that 48.175, and Centenary lacking a little bit behind with that 46.05. We're going to step away and take a quick break before the third round can begin. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ESPN. Welcome back here to CEFCU Arena. The Redbirds are rolling early on in this one from rotation 2 there. ISU posting a 48-9, maintaining their lead as well as extending it. For Bowling Green, they eked a little bit closer, narrowing that gap, posting a 48-175 where they were over on the floor, and Centenary over on the beam posting that 46.05. We can take a look at the total scores now for both of these teams, all three of these teams. ISU, as you can see, with that 1.2 point lead with that 97.425. Bowling Green narrowing closer, 96.275, and Centenary lacking behind in the back. They're 5 points behind with a 92.125, but still very early on in this one. We can take a look at the lineups now as all of the teams have taken their positions over on the floor as well as the beam. We'll look at the beam first for ISU. So for ISU, Leah Davis going to be leading off. For ISU, Mia O will be in the number 2 hole there. Joy Zeigenfelder in the number 3 spot. The freshman Nyrel Bart Williams 4th. Madison Kipp there 5th. And Angelica Labat rounding out as the anchor. Popping over to Bowling Green State now. They'll be over on the vault, and Dalia Solorzano Caruso, she'll be leading off. Lily Harsh there in the number 2 spot. Nia Brown in the number 3 spot. Catherine Wheelbacher still doesn't seem to be affected by that injury, and she will be out there for the lineup in the 4th hole. Taylor Jensen over on 5th, and Katrina Mendez Abelnick will be rounding out the lineup as the anchor. For Centenary now, they'll be over on the floor, where Kendall Huff will be leading off for them. Emma Lavelle in the number 2 spot, Kennedy Stevens 3rd, Leilani Johnson in the 4th spot. We just saw her over on exhibition for the beam. Amy Forret over in the 5th spot, and Carissa Martinez rounding out the lineup. With all that being said, we'll step away and we'll take another quick break as the teams get set for action here. Don't go anywhere, you're watching ESPN. Welcome back here to SEPQ Arena for the Tri-Meet with the Illinois State Redbirds playing host to the Centenary Ladies and the Bowling Green State Falcons. Taking a look for the Back to the Future now, we went back to the past, taking a look at some of the outcomes from previous meets. Let's take a look at the schedule upcoming for Centenary. Centenary obviously coming all the way up from Louisiana. They're going to have another long road trip out to Greenville and Lindenwood, and once again what will be another Tri-Meet for them on February 5th, this coming Sunday. For the next match, they'll be at Texas Women's University at home, so that'll be nice for them before they head back on the road up north to Springfield College. Over for Bowling Green now, we'll take a look at their schedule, still searching for that first win, and they are on track to possibly post that here as they are just 1 point behind at the moment. They'll be at home against Kent State on February 11th, but then they'll have a long road trip where they'll be at West Virginia on February 19th and at George Washington on February 24th. For the Redbirds, we'll take a look at their schedule now. Well, they'll be on the road at the Metroplex Challenge on February 11th, and then once again returning back home for Southeast Missouri State. Then they'll take that trip out east to New Hampshire.
Looks like right now on the beam for ISU, we have Leah Davis up. Leah Davis is a freshman and has seen her way in the beam lineup for almost every home meet this season. She goes right into a handspring lay there. Unfortunately, has to take that fall. It looks like she was a little bit crooked there. As we head on over to the floor, it looks like we have Kendall Huff up for Centenary.
Kendall Huff, a senior from Riviera, Texas. In her junior season, she's completed in all 9 meets and qualified for the 2022 USAG Collegiate Gymnastics Nationals on vault. She tied for 15th there with a score of 9.7.
And I'm loving the floor routine music. I think the dance is so fun.
Very appropriate for the neck of the woods that we're in here in the Midwest. A little bit of that country twang as we go back over to the beam and we take a look at ISU where Leah Davis still performs.
And it looks like we're also going to the vault for Bowling Green where Dalia Celeranzo Caruso just did a solid Yurchenko full there. A little bit chest low on that landing. Didn't quite exactly get that block as she wanted. However, as we take a look at the beam at Leah Davis, finishing that beam routine strong even though she would have to count a fall for her series. So much gymnastics going on right now.
Kaylee, my head is spinning, and that music was appropriate. It absolutely matched the tempo that our camera angles were flipping with back and forth. Following up, Leah will have Mia. Oh, we saw her a little bit ago over on the bars. And for Centenary, following up that wonderful performance by Kendall Huff, we'll have Emma Lavelle coming in the number 2 spot.
We take a look at that replay for Kendall Huff on the floor here. Round off back handspring, 1.5 into her front tuck. Great height on both of those elements. Squeezes in the front tuck at the end there. When you're trying to fit in multiple elements in one tumbling pass, sometimes the floor boundaries will become your worst enemy.
Taking a look back over to vault now. We'll look one more time over at Celeranzo Caruso. A little bit of a step back there at the end. That'll definitely be a point deduction, but she definitely caught her balance.
Definitely. And those tenths will add up. You want to minimize those as much as possible. So a little bit of an under rotation on that twist, on that flip as well. However, it'll still be a solid start for Bowling Green on the vault here.
And Mia getting a pep talk there from Coach Harrington, who had quite a responsibility last week, undertaking the role of head coach for the team in Bob Conkling's absence.
Looks like we're heading back to Bowling Green on the vault with Lily Harsh. She goes, Yurchenko, tuck full. I'm not exactly sure. It looked like she was a little bit far back on that vault there. It looks like she could have tucked her legs to save herself. That will be a lower start value for that vault, however. It looked like she had a bit of a shoulder angle there. Over rotation, however, gets huge height on that. Solid again for Bowling Green as we head over to the floor.
Emma Lavelle performing her floor routine.
Round off back handspring, double pike, great height on that, great open for Centenary on the beam, or on the floor, excuse me. I'm getting my events mixed up. She goes into her second pass here. Looking like it's gonna be front handspring, front layout into a tuck front full, beautifully done, gets great height on both of those elements. Great jumps there. Great height on those, shows flexibility as well. I'm not sure if the camera is catching this, but head coach of Centenary is running from corner to corner to keep her gymnasts engaged, keep them focused, and keep that energy up. Again, a little bit of familiarity during the floor routine.
Always nice to have someone in your corner and a familiar face there cheering you on.
For
Back
sure.
over for vault now. We'll take a look for Bowling Green State.
Looks like that is Nia Brown up on the vault now. Great landing on that. A little bit of a chest down on that, but was able to spot it and get that stick as Emma Lavelle finishes up her floor routine there.
Katie, what did you think of Lavelle's routine there? She definitely started out a little bit slow there, having a misstep off of her first flip, but she finished strong there at the end, and you can see it from her teammates that they are just proud of her.
Definitely, for sure. So we look at that double back. What a great way to finish that floor routine. Now, as it looks on the beam here, it at least seems like we have Mackenzie Flutman up. Seemed to be a little bit of a lineup change. Nothing new in the world of gymnastics. As she goes right into her back handspring, back layout there, has to take a little bit of a balance check as she was a little bit crooked and a little bit off on her takeoff. Again, for the third time, I want to yell, bend your legs, as she does her leap pass. Looked like a little bit of stiff leg there on that landing. Side aerial, no problem there. It looks like she is flowing through this beam routine at the speed of light, giving herself no time for any extra wobbles. She does her straddle there, hits 180, lands it with no time to waste right into the dismount.
And Floodman does seem to be a little bit nervous as she sticks the landing there. Only got better as her routine goes on. This is her first meet where she's competing for the Redbirds, so maybe a little bit of nerves there on the beam, but she definitely got stronger as she went on. Over on the vault there for Bowling Green now.
Looked like that was Catherine Muehlbacher. A little bit of a low landing there. Seemed like she didn't get that rotation or that block that she exactly wanted. Had to pull around that twist, pull that chest up very, very fast in order to land that. As we head over to the floor for Centenary, looks like we have Kennedy Stevens up. She heads into her first pass here. Round off 1.5, front layout. A little bit of an over rotation on that 1.5, is able to punch quick into that front layout and pull it around. And again, with Centenary, I am just loving the floor routine. I am loving the music. Definitely getting the audience engaged here.
In Stevens' last meet against Hamline in that one-on-one where Centenary came out victorious, she posted a 9.475.
And she does a stag jump out of that front handspring Rudy. It looked like she usually does over-rotate that. That's probably why the jump was put in there as a safety net. However, with a little bit of an under-rotation, looks like she rushed the set, rushed the twist a little bit too much. Had to travel forward on that jump. Great leaps from her, however.
Back over to vault now for BGSU. We're going to take a look at what appears to be Catherine Muehlbacher. Excuse me, Taylor Jensen.
As she goes into her Yurchenko full. No problem with rotation or block or body angle there. Very, very clean work from Jensen there on the vault. Great height and great power. As we look at Alana Laster for ISU on the beam here.
Quite a bit of change from the initial lineup that we saw, Kaylee. How frequent is that we could be expecting from a team?
Definitely frequent. It's very I can't say it enough. Lineups change the day before the meet, the day of the meet. It just depends who's looking good, who's looking solid, injuries, and basically what the coach thinks could get the highest score for the team. As Alana Laster goes into a round off, 1.5, sticks the landing. That was definitely a correct choice from the coaches there to put her in the lineup and show a beam routine for the Redbirds as we take a look at that dismount. Wow, look at the smile on Coach Megan Harrington's face.
And Laster is 3/4 of the way to her having an all-around routine today. She's already competed on vault as well as a very strong routine on bars, and now she rounds out her performance on beam.
Looks like we're just waiting on floor here for Leilani Johnson. Looks like she is about to start her routine for Centenary here. She goes into her starting pose. And look at that flexibility right from the go. In 2 moves. She really wants to show the judges where her strengths are, that she is flexible yet powerful enough to make it into the floor lineup. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Finishes strong on that first pass. She goes into the second one here. Hits every move with precision on the floor here. She goes right into a front handspring. Front 1.5, that Rudy that we always see, and it looks like she spotted the landing on that, was able to twist all the way around. And my gosh, I've said this so many times, but look at that flexibility. Looks like she has a very intense cinematic routine to show that off as she goes into her leap. A little bit low on that jump there.
And Kaylee, you can see it there in the top right corner, head coach Meg Crowley, once again following around her athlete.
Definitely, and if you can see, I almost thought she didn't have shoes on for a second. I thought, wow, she's really getting into the gymnast mode there. But definitely having someone who has been a gymnast on this team as a coach now definitely bring some of those gymnast aspects still within their coaching style. As she goes into her last pass, right up 1.5 punch layout. Power and flexibility all in one. What a great routine for Centenary. We take a look at that replay here. Round off 1.5 punch layout right into a kick again to show off that flexibility. As we move on to the beam here, we have Nyrel Bart Williams.
Bart Williams up to this point has competed in both vault and bars. On vault a 9.825 and on bars a 9.75. So one of the strongest competitors for ISU today.
And she is really making her statement here as a freshman. At the beginning of the preseason, she beat Angelica Labat in an inter squad early in October. Handspring layout, solid triple series, something often not seen in college gymnastics, something mostly seen in elite gymnastics, but gives Bart Williams that extra bonus. Usually college gymnasts want to play it safe with the solid handspring lay, but Bart Williams is anything but a regular college gymnast. She goes into that full turn there. The freshman is from Texas, trained at WOGA under Valerie Lukin, who of course is the coach of 2008 Olympic gold medalist Nastia Lukin. She goes into her dismount here. Cartwheel side gainer full, sticks the landing. That is going to be a solid routine for ISU here. Take a look at that replay. Those legs are just glued together until the end. Looks like we go back to Centenary here on the floor. We have Carissa Martinez. Looks like she goes into that straddle there. Again, very flexible and showing that off here in that routine. Looks like she is dancing into that last pass. And excuse me, that is actually Leilani Johnson up on the floor for Centenary.
We saw Leilani just a little bit ago over on the beam. She did have that half-point deduction in her exhibition where she fell off during her routine, but a strong finish, and it looks like she's got her feet back under her here.
She goes round off 1.5 into that punch layout. Great height on both of those skills, both of those elements here for Centenary. Looks like she gets high fives from her teammates there. A little bit out of breath. Floor will definitely take all of the energy out of a gymnast. Round off 1.5 punch layout in that replay. Gets her chest up just in time. It looks like we're on Madison Kipp on the beam here for Illinois State. And just like Bart Williams, Madison Kipp will be doing a triple series, but just with an added back handspring, layout. Takes a slight wobble on that, but has to find the beam, has to find her visual cues for that. And as you can see there, she went a little bit higher on that second back handspring in order to give herself kind of a physical feel for what that layout will be at the end without hands. As she goes into her lead pass, sticks that perfectly, gets a cheer from Megan Harrington there.
Kipp is a one-time MIC Performance of the Week for Beam competitor this season, so we'll see if she's able to post a second week of that after this routine.
Sure, it looks like she's about to go into her dismount here. She heads into that round off 1.5, sticks the landing, spots Coach Megan Harrington at the end there. Gets a hug from teammate Bart Williams there. Gets great height on that dismount as we see in that replay. A little bit off to the side, but is able to somehow spot that blind landing, get that dismount all the way around, stick it for ISU. Looks like we have a few more competitors up on the floor for Centenary. Looks like we have Amy Forrett coming up here.
Forrett, we've talked about her quite a bit during this broadcast. In her previous meet, She did compete on floor, but she posted an 8.4 there, which is a significantly lower score than a lot of her teammates have posted up to this point for their floor routines. Taking a look at the scores for floor routines for Centenary up to this point, Kendall Huff with a 9.2, Emma Lavelle with a 9.575, Kennedy Stevens with a 9.6, and Taylor Ann Wilson with a 9.425. So we'll see if she can surpass that 8-point mark that she achieved in the previous meet and keep up with her teammates here.
And it looks like for the Centenary lineup, the scores are only getting better. So let's see what Fort can bring to the floor tonight and for this routine for Centenary. She shows off her dance. Gets a little bit more energy as she goes into her first pass here.
So far this season, Ford has competed in all 3 meets for the ladies.
Run up back handspring, double back, a little bit low on that, but gets it all the way around, gets that height.
You know, something I found interesting about Fort Kaylee when I was doing my prep for this game, her favorite athlete is Suzina Lee. Do you see any of her game in her performance?
Sunisa Lee is definitely a bar and beam worker. Again, she is the 2020 Olympic champion and really shines on her bar work. It looks like Fort is shining in her floor, so definitely different qualities of a gymnast as she goes into her front 1.5, front Rudy, out of that front layout. She goes into that leap, shows off that flexibility there. Really just showing herself as a strong contender on multiple events tonight. Makes that eye contact with the camera. Gonna be a great picture for mom and dad there.
A main character moment, if you will.
Looks like we have Angelica Labat anchoring up on the beam for ISU as she sticks that series perfectly. The first 2 meets at home for ISU, she did have trouble on that series. It looks like there is no trouble on that tonight as she sticks her full turn again perfectly there. Looks like she's going to be going into her leap pass. Something she also has had trouble with. A little bit of a step back, as you can see there. Again, has to mentally prepare for that dismount, has to mentally move past that. As she gets ready to dismount the beam, back handspring 1.5, sticks the landing, makes that wobble on that leap look unnoticeable. Labat almost gave nothing away tonight on the beam. Again, a senior for ISU. The gymnast to make history for the Redbirds as we watch this replay on her dismount there. Look at that stick. So many sticks for the Redbirds tonight on the balance beam.
And Kaylee, we just saw that performance from Madison Kipp a little bit ago. She posted a 9.8, a team high, and that's going to be a career high for her as well after that performance.
Definitely a score that Madison Kipp deserves, especially after that routine, after that triple series, after that leap and that dismount.
So it looks like Centenary will have one more competitor for them on the floor, with Carissa Martinez being the anchor for them.
Let's see what they have to pull together on the floor now.
We can take a look at Carissa Martinez while we have some time. We've touched on her a little bit. She is from Albuquerque, New Mexico, so a long way from home for her. In her freshman season back in 2022, she competed in 8 meets in both beam and floor. She finished her season strong as she finished with a 9.65 or higher in her last 3 meets on the floor. And her favorite athlete, Jordan Weaver.
Jordan Weaver, head coach of Arkansas. 2011 reigning world champion. And it looks like that actually concludes the 3rd rotation in CEFCU Arena tonight. As we look at all the gymnasts prepare for their 2nd event.
So with the scores being posted there, it's neck and neck after rotation 3. But before we recap that, we'll step away and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Women's Gymnastics on ESPN. Welcome back here to the Tri-Meet in Normal, Illinois at CEFCU Arena. Taking a look at the Rotation 3 finalized scores here. ISU with a 48.6, Bowling Green with a 47.525, and Centenary inching a little bit closer there with a 47.725. They still will remain in last place, however. Taking a look at the final lineups for this meet today, we'll start with ISU and we'll take a look for the floor lineup with them. Sarah Wabi will get to see her in action for the first time this evening. Elena Lasser will be second behind her. Caitlin Donovan in third. Angelica Labat normally anchoring the lineup. She'll be in fourth. Nyrell Bart Williams, the freshman, in fifth. And Jay Mack anchoring there at sixth. Going to Bowling Green now, we'll take a look at them. They will be over on the bars. Dalia Solorzano Caruso will be leading off for them. Taylor Jensen in the number 2 hole. Lily Harsh third. Megan Bingham fourth. Catherine Wheelbacher fifth, and Isabel Rivelli. She'll be rounding out the lineup with the 6th spot. Now for Centenary, Isabel Plaza will be leading off for them over on vault. Amy Forrest will be second in the lineup. Emma Lavelle third. Leilani Johnson fourth. Kendall Huff fifth. And rounding things out will be Carissa Martinez. Before these teams can get into their routines, we'll step away one more time and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching ESPN.
Coming. Our squad of vehicles, with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Get 3.99% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
There's nothing normal here. Staying ahead of the cutting edge. Creating, influencing, problem solving. Winning the day. Our formula for success is providing personalized attention with big school opportunities. Standing out in the crowd. Rising to challenges. Making history. Building foundations for the future. Inspire change. Push beyond normal. Create your legacy at Illinois State University.
In a community where friendships form our foundations, Carl McLean County Orthopedics continues to be the region's most trusted orthopedic care provider. Now with an expanded healthcare network and the ability to accept most insurance, we continue to care for our own with excellence right here in our hometown. From prompt diagnosis and local surgical intervention to complete therapy and successful recovery, Carl McLean County Orthopedics can help you get back to the life you love. Visit carlmcleancountyorthopedics.com.
Welcome back to the action here at CEFCU Arena. At the moment, we are going to be seeing ISU competing, ending out their evening on the floor. Over on the bars, we'll have Bowling Green State, and anything else for Centenary, they'll be over on the vault. Taking a look at some of the scores at the moment, ISU currently stands in the lead with a score of 146.025. Bowling Green State just narrowly behind them with a 143.8, and Centenary inching a little bit closer there with a 139.850, but they'll have to have a nearly perfect performance to pull this one out if they hope to come out in first place. Kaylee, who have you seen for ISU that's been standing out in particular across the board?
I think that senior Angelica Labat has just been always a standout, but definitely standing out tonight. She has had a little bit of minor issues that are very uncharacteristic of a Labat throughout the season, but tonight it seems like she is just pulling it through for the team, especially as a senior. Doing gymnastics, doing this sport that is so hard on your body for so long, at some point there will be a little bit of a burnout physically, but it looks like mentally Angelica Labat is in the game, in the meet, and doing it for Illinois State tonight.
ISU currently posts the highest scores across the board, except for the floor routine, where Taylor Jensen from Bowling Green State, she posted the highest score across the board with a 9.8. Now, obviously, ISU has a chance to top that here, but Kaylee, what did you see from Jensen's routine that you liked in particular?
Jensen had a lot of great height mixed with flexibility, and that is something that in a gymnast, it's rare to see those two to that much greatness to that extent. However, Jensen displayed both of those qualities of her gymnastics on the floor, and the judges were able to see that and give her that well-deserved score for her floor exercise tonight.
And for ISU, they're going to be last here on floor Is this a routine that you think that they wanted to be last on, perhaps?
For sure. Illinois State loves to have a thing that they call a floor party, where they just love to have fun on their last event. They just love to let loose, have a little bit of fun, do big tumbling passes, smile, and dance for their teammates. It looks like we have Sarah Wabi up first on the floor exercise for Illinois State, hoping to start their rotation strong. She's going into her first pass here. Front handspring, front double, makes it with no problem. Over rotates, takes that big step forward, but is able to pull it off by showing her flexibility and her shoulder extension on that.
Wabi from Joliet, Illinois. She did not participate for the Birds in 2022. She is currently a sophomore.
The thing that I love about Sarah Wabi's floor routine is you see a lot of usual energetic floor routines from college gymnastics to catch the audience attention. She is able to catch the audience attention with her simple movements done cleanly and with perfection. As she goes into her last pass here, she has a little bit of fun there, dancing into the corner. Looks like we are moving over to the bars as well for Bowling Green. And the vault for Centenary. Looks like we have Izzy Plaza up with a front handspring, front full. Very clean, very great start for Centenary as we move back to the bars to Dalia Soloronzo Caruso. Sarah Wabi also ends her floor routine. And Caruso ends that floor routine with a stick. Wabi ends that floor routine with a great landing. There is some great gymnastics going on here right now, here tonight.
Taking a look back at that Soloronzo Caruso landing. What a landing there. The feet a little bit spread apart there, and she'll click those heels together.
For sure. It looks like all teams are giving it their all for this final event. Everything that they have for the last and final push, every team has nothing to lose.
And ISU on pace right now to set a season high score, surpassing that 194 mark that they have on the season for their high.
And look at that finish from Sarah Wabi on that first pass in the replay there.
For ISU, following up Wabi, we'll have Alana Laster in just a few moments here. But back over on the bars, we're going to take a look at Bowling Green State, where Taylor Jensen currently awaits her routine. And over for Centenary, that is going to be the one and only Amy Forett.
So it looks like she is loosening up a little bit before her vault there. Trying to get a little bit relaxed before having to do the vault that will determine the outcome of the team on this event. It looks like she does a Sukahara layout.
And what a landing there.
Definitely. I haven't seen a Suk entry in a long time. So it's really nice to just see some clean vaults. Although they're not getting that 10-0 start value or that difficulty start value, just seeing some clean vaults from Centenary tonight.
So back over to the bars now, Bowling Green. Taylor Jensen still waiting to begin, and she looks just about set. A confident smile there to her teammates.
Definitely, definitely. Something about bars is you just have to focus on one skill at a time, because even a little bit off, a little bit of a momentum pause there can really throw off the whole bar routine. As she goes right into a huge Tkachev, right into her overshoot. Great height and momentum. She was the perfect amount of distance away on that release, although her legs were a little bit bent there. As she goes into her dismount, double layout, whips it around, spots the ground, finishes that routine with a bang. Although there were a little bit bent legs, flex feet throughout that double layout, she irons it out with that landing. Looks like she's done it 1,000 times, and you know what? She probably has.
Those practices can be brutal from what I heard. Obviously, I've never competed in any of them, but you have on the other end, Kaylee. How much of that repetition, how much does that come in on game day?
Those numbers are going to be the base of how confident you are going into the routine. Those numbers are going to give you the confidence and the reassurance that you can do this. You've done this 1,000 times into the foam pit. You've done this dismount 1,000 times onto a hard mat. Your body knows how to do it. It's just all about getting your mind and your confidence into game day mode. As we look over onto the vault here.
Emma Lavelle now taking off for Centenary.
Clean your Chenko layout. Again, Centenary not showing those high difficulty vaults, but showing some lower difficulty vaults with clean form. As you look at that layout there. There is no hip angle there. It looks like she landed that with a pretty good chest level, chest high up. So we move onto the floor here and look at Alana Laster.
Laster once again having a career day for ISU, posting a 9.65 over on vault, 9.775 on bars, and a 9.725 over on beam. She'll be all around today after her floor routine is up.
Like we're also looking at Bowling Green State at Lily Harsh there, going back to Laster on the floor exercise. And her routine is just so fun. She has so much personality into this. And the whole team is doing it with her.
And Kaylee, I love that you mentioned that floor party because I am absolutely feeling it here in my seat on the floor.
And look at that entry pass of a front handspring, front double twist as we move back onto the bars into Lily Harsh. We're gonna watch her go into her giant full double back. A little bit of a hop forward. It looks like she was really going for that stick, especially out of a great giant full, hitting that handstand, not wanting to give anything away. Look at that energy that Laster is just showing on the floor right now. She's having so much fun. Floor party is just written all over her tonight. She goes into her last pass here. Front handspring, Rudy into a back layout. Combination pass that's going to give her enough bonus so she does not need to do a third pass here. All the gymnasts are doing her floor routine with her. Again, that teammate solidarity, that teammate trust. These are the girls that you train with for 3-4 hours every single day. You have dinner with them, you live with them. These girls are going to have your back no matter what as we move back onto the vault for Centenary. Looks like we have Emma Lavelle with another Yurchenko layout. Clean, clean, clean for Centenary today on the vault. Again, it looks like their strategy is not exactly going for those high start values, but going for cleanliness.
So there is the bar routine for Bowling Green, and then once again, Angelica Labat's replay here at the end. Or excuse me, Alana Laster.
She goes into the second pass here. Look at the height she gets on that layout. We go back into Lavelle on the vault. Yurchenko layout.
What a great way to straighten out those legs there as she's tumbling through the air.
Definitely, definitely. Get that chest up. Try to give nothing away to the judges as she knows that her vault does not start at that 10-0 as we move back into the bars here with Megan Bingham for Bowling Green State. Hits that handstand, another very important aspect here for college gymnastics. Does a Jaeger with great height, goes right into that overshoot. Clean legs, no leg separation, great height, great distance from the bar. A little short on that handstand here, but she will go into a giant full double back, releases the bar, gets a little bit of even more height off of that dismount somehow. That was a great routine there for Bowling Green as we move back onto the floor.
On the floor now for the Birds, Caitlin Donovan.
Caitlin Donovan is a junior this year and seeing her debut.
And Leilani Johnson there on the vault. She sticks it with a smile.
Great Yurchenko layout once again. Very clean for Centenary. Caitlin Donovan moves into her first pass. She is making her debut as an ISU gymnast this season on floor and vault. Or excuse me, just on floor. She did compete vault for her sophomore year. And another fun thing about Illinois State floor routines is that all of them incorporate an ISU somewhere in the dance. So if there's a 3-beat pause, everybody goes ISU. And sometimes I remember when I was a gymnast here, I'd miss it by like 1 beat, and then it would just be really embarrassing. And I was on the side there, just 1 letter ahead of everybody.
I feel like that song selection has to be difficult to find that ISU in every beat.
For sure. As she goes right into that last pass there with no problem, smile on her face. Goes into that jump there, makes it all the way around. Spots Coach Conkling there. Makes direct eye contact with everybody. The judges included, wants to keep everybody engaged, and she sure does. There's a ISU chant happening from the crowd behind us right now.
Going back over to a replay here from Bowling Green State. Over on the bars, that was Megan Bingham sticking the landing, and then Leilani Johnson here with her Yurchenko.
Lots of power there, hop back, chest up on that landing as we look at Caitlin Donovan's first pass of a double back. Look at that smile as we're moving back into bars here for Bowling Green. Looks like we have Catherine Wheelbacker, excuse me. Double layup, unfortunately over-rotated that too much, whipped it around, especially near the ending a little bit. Had that hip angle. Sometimes those nerves will get the best of you in a way where it's too much adrenaline and you feel like you have to move too fast. And before you know it, because gymnastics is just such a fast sport and so many different body shapes happen in such a small amount of time, you will be on the floor.
She also, she slipped off at the beam a little bit earlier in this one, and she might be in her head a little bit as well in regards to confidence. So definitely something that she should be looking to build up in the coming weeks as they continue on their road trip up north.
For sure, for sure. And again, one of the hardest parts about being a gymnast and competing and having a fall is moving on from that fall. A lot of thinking about the present, a lot of thinking about the now, no matter how big of an event or how significant of a mistake you have made on the last event.
Over on the floor now, Angelica Labat getting set for ISU. And over on the bars for BGSU, we have Isabella Ravelli.
Looks like we're just waiting for bars for BGSU. We head over to the floor here for Angelica Labat. First pass is going to be front handspring, front double. Great height on that, great rotation. Looks like she does this in her sleep. At this point, she probably does, as the senior has competed so many meets with Illinois State. At this point, she's just showing off.
If she does this in her sleep, I would not want to room with her.
She goes into her last pass here. Keeps all of her teammates engaged. Floor party, floor party. She goes right into her last pass here. Gonna be a round off 1.5 punch layout. Gets great height on that 1.5. Looked a little bit over-rotated there, but she is just such a powerful gymnast that that front layout suffered no height consequences. It looks like she's going into her last pass now, which is going to be front handspring. Rudy takes a little bit of a big lunge back there, had so much power. Again, that adrenaline rush, maybe the energy from the floor party. That's going to be a great routine for Illinois State here. And
that misstep there from Labat. Sorry, Kaylee, to cut you off there. That misstep from Labat, a little bit uncharacteristic from her stellar performance tonight.
Definitely, definitely, but still very, very strong from her. And the best part is Angelica Labat usually does anchor the events, but ISU has gained some freshmen. There are some underclassmen that really get to shine and show their skills on floor as we look at that replay on bars there.
Now over on bars for BGSU, we're coming down to the end of the lineup here as Isabella Ravelli still waits, and here is the second pass from Angelica Labat.
Like that was a round off 1.5 punch layout.
And then coming through her final pass now, we're gonna see a little bit of a misstep there at the end.
And it looks like Bowling Green is on their final exhibition there. As we head and see Nyrel Bart-Williams there on the floor for ISU. Nyrel has shown to be a superstar on this event as well. She is a strong all-rounder for Illinois State. Let's see what she can show for them tonight on the floor. Starts off with a huge Rudy back handspring layout step out. Again, another character-filled floor routine for Bart-Williams tonight. Again, the freshman from Texas really making a statement with her Illinois State season debut by competing in every single meet and competing all 4 events at every single meet as well. Something that, as a freshman, is just really special. I haven't heard an ISU yet. I actually haven't found it yet in this routine. Maybe they just haven't found a place to put it. She's getting ready for her second pass here tonight. She gets ready for that. Breathes into her pass. You want to get all the energy you can so you can perform the last pass with the greatest amount of hike, especially if it's a roundup back handspring double duck. A little bit of a hop back there.
And Bart Williams is coming off a career best on floor against NIU as she finishes out her routine there. At NIU in Winona State, she posted a 9.925 Kaylee. I know I've said near perfection quite a bit on this broadcast, but she was 0.75 away from that perfection. Going back over now to the exhibition computer for Bowling Green. There's that landing there.
And what an amazing dismount there for Bowling Green. Something definitely not seen often in college gymnastics.
And the second pass there for Bart Williams.
Great energy from ISU today. Looks like we have a few more competitors for ISU. We have Jay Mack anchoring. This is her event. She knows how to do this. Her first pass is a really big reason why she was recruited to the Illinois State Gymnastics team. They wanted her on floor for this pass. It is a round off back handspring full in. Again, uncommon for college gymnastics, but Jay Mack does it with complete ease.
So the final score is now rolling in for Bowling Green State. They are done over there on the bars, finishing just under 48 with a 47.975. And Centenary not able to really close that gap there and get themselves out of third place, finishing with that 46.1. Jay Mack's final score here will determine where ISU's rotational score sits in regards to standings.
And Jay Mack is the second Redbird in history to qualify for the NCAA National Championships, and it's for this routine right here. And this first pass right here, she does it with so much confidence and so much ease. She goes, here it goes, right here, round off, back handspring, huge pike, full in! Takes that step back into that lunge, throws her head back, has a little bit of extra power somehow on a huge pass like that. She goes into her switch side, straddle jump, showing off that flexibility. She is definitely a powerhouse of a gymnast. Her qualities shine on the floor exercise and on the vault. And this is just such a fun routine for her as well. Here comes the ISU.
I don't know, Kaylee, that one felt like a stretch to me there.
You think so? A little bit?
So,
a little
just
bit?
tad.
A little bit too much time in between?
I would, I think so.
Hey, it's hard sometimes to find 3 consecutive beats. As she goes into her last pass here. Front through, round up back handspring, double pike! Huge height on that last pass. Especially out of the front tuck. And she is jumping up and down. Her teammates are going to give her hugs because that was a great, great routine for Jay Mack. One of the best I have personally seen.
And there Jay Mack puts on the honorary ISU glasses for her wonderful performance there on the floor. Taking a look at that first pass here.
Look at that full in. So it is essentially 2 flips with a twist on the first one. So she performs a full twist while flipping and then completes a whole other flip on the way down.
Kaylee, it happened all so fast I didn't even see the second flip, to be completely honest with you. We're going to have to slow it down for me. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Thank you.
She goes into her front through. Look at that height on that. The camera couldn't even catch it. She went so high.
So that'll round things out here as Centenary once again has completed their vault routine. Bowling Green State done on the bars. ISU score at the moment showing a 49.025. ISU will have their exhibition still with Joy Zeigenfelder.
Again, the freshman is usually put on beam, but has exhibition on floor in the past few home meets. It looks like she's getting a little bit of a pep talk from her teammate there. A few weeks ago, she was the MIC Coach's Choice Award recipient. for she did enter Illinois State with an injured wrist, but was quickly able to progress and make herself known in the beam lineup. And it looks like she's pushing it even further as the freshman is making her way into the floor lineup too.
Now, obviously just competing for the exhibition, so this doesn't really count towards ISU's score, but she's the last one competing out on the floor there as a freshman. Do you think there's a little bit of an added pressure as well as all eyes are on her at the moment?
Definitely, definitely. Personally, in my time doing gymnastics, I loved being the last one of the meet. Whatever event I was on, definitely better if it was on floor, because floor is definitely one of those events where there's music, you can have a little bit more fun, a little bit more relaxed until you have to go and tumble. However, I know that every gymnast is different, but I loved being last because all eyes were on me. I just wanted to show everybody what I've been training, what I've been doing in the gym, and I just wanted to show my coaches, my teammates, and the audience what all this work has been going towards.
Well, at the moment, Joy is all smiles, so definitely might be in the same mindset that you were, Kaylee.
I really, really do hope so, especially since she is just a freshman. She has so much potential for this Redbird gymnastics team, making her way, hopefully, into the floor lineup.
And I think her receiving that MIC Coach's Choice Award recipient, that speaks a lot of volumes to her, especially being someone who's just coming in. Again, we've talked about it. ISU has such a great amount of depth just across the board, such a great incoming freshman class. You talk about Nyrel Bart-Williams being one of them, but you got Joy Zeigenfelder, and she hasn't even actually competed for ISU up to this point other than exhibitions.
Definitely. And then you have, again, Mackenzie Fletman on the beam there. Have so many new faces to this Illinois State Redbird team, and that is definitely a new pattern that they are trying to do. They are trying to recruit more freshmen who show strong potential for the future. It's not just about thinking about what they can do in the moment, but it is also thinking about what they can contribute in the long run, because 4 years doing gymnastics is a long time to be putting your body through that.
And it looks like we are set for the action to begin once again.
And Joy also just has such a fun floor routine. She did fall on this pass on her exhibition at the last home meet. No problem at all there on that double back. What did you think of that?
I think that one fit a lot more naturally.
A lot better.
I preferred that one as opposed to Jay's.
Looks like she shows that full split, that full rotation there. Gives the judges no time to even think about the fact that she could have under-rotated that. Let's see what she does here into her second pass. Round off 1.5, punch layout, no problem there at all. Gets her chest up on that 1.5, enough to spot and make that front layout. At this point, she's just having fun. Those first two passes she knows speaks volumes to the coaches already. Definitely not only getting practice under this competition pressure, but trying to prove herself too. She deserves a spot here. Double pike as a last pass, completely nails it. Gets that bonus point for doing that as her last pass, doing a double element.
So do you think that she may have just worked herself into the floor lineup there for ISU with that performance?
I think there is definitely a chance that we might see her next week on the floor. See that double back there. Opens that with absolutely no problem at all. Taking a look at her 1.5 punch layout. Those combination passes will really sometimes get you. Goes into that double pike there.
What a great landing there at the end to stick it and have that confidence.
For sure.
We'll take a look at the final scores now from Rotation 4 as they have been tallied up. Bowling Green State with that 48.75. ISU improves to a 49.125. And Centenary with that 46.10. When we come back, we'll review the final scores, and we'll get you those final scores. This is ESPN. Welcome back to SEFCU Arena here. Fans on their feet after hearing the announcement of ISU having 4 scores above the 9-8 mark. Taking a look at the rotation 4 scores overall, ISU with the 49.125. They dominated 4 for 4 just like Coach Harrington wanted them to do. Bowling Green with that 48.750. And then Centenary rounding out the lineup with the 46.1. Taking a look at the final scores across the board, ISU currently posted with 195.15, Bowling Green with a 192.55, and Centenary rounding things out in third with that 186.2. Let's take a look at some of the key factors for all of the teams in this event. For Bowling Green, we'll take a look at Taylor Jensen, the senior. She scored an overall score of 38.95 after competing in all 4 events. Kaylee, we talked about her a little bit in her floor routine and what you liked with her. For Centenary, Emma Lavelle was someone who stuck out to me personally with that 36.2 overall score, competing in all 4 of those events. She was fantastic for the sophomore from Mandeville, Louisiana. And now over for ISU, Nyrel Bart Williams. She scored overall 39.075, an excellent outing from the freshman. Her last meet against NIU, she had her career best on floor with a 9.925, so she followed that performance up with another stellar all-around performance here. Kaylee, what did you see from Nyrel that stuck out to you?
The one thing that I remember from Nyrel's performance today was that triple series on the beam. That handspring back layout with no wobble at all. It is so difficult to find your feet after the first back handspring and then to do a completely different element with no hands. Find your feet again and then repeat that same element is insane to me, especially to do it all under pressure. That is the number one thing that stuck out about her overall performance to me tonight, Blake.
And another youngin' for Centenary, Emma Lavelle, the sophomore. What did you see from her?
I saw a lot of clean gymnastics from Emma Lavelle today. I think she really did shine on the beam, as that was her highest score of the night with a 9.775. That is huge for Lavelle. And she just has the cleanest lines, the cleanest dance. One thing that I noticed, especially that shined on beam, was that every move had a finish from her toes to her fingers. She showed off that flexibility in a bunch of different dance elements there and was able to do it beautifully and with ease.
Kaylee, for ISU, they finally surpassed that 194 mark, reaching 195.2, nearly perfection for them. They just seem to be getting better as the season goes on.
This is definitely their best meet of the season. I think it helped that Coach Bob came back for the team spirit, and obviously because he is the head coach, brings that familiarity, brings those extra pair of eyes to the gym, to practice for those corrections. Getting a 195 at home, it just looks like the Redbirds are only going up from here, and it is midway through the season. So they are right on track to be peaking towards the end of the season, where the NCAA regionals comes, the nationals, and of course the MIC conferences before that.
And for Centenary, we thought that this could be one that maybe they'd get themselves out of a rut. They scored 186 in their previous meet, and this one they also scored 186. They actually went down 0.2 point values. What are you telling them if you're the first-year head coach?
If I was the head coach, I would definitely be focused on form. Centenary had a lot of solid routines on all 4 events today. It looks like that they were very clean on the vault. However, on a lot of the other events, it seemed like form was their number one downfall. It looked like they lacked on that a little bit.
And it looks like we'll have the scores in just a few moments here, so we'll touch on Bowling Green now. They placed second in their previous meet, but now they place second one more time, still searching for that first win. Is this one that they can hang their hat on as a performance that they're pleased about?
I definitely think so. Bowling Green State University really just gave it their all tonight. Although they did place second and they are searching for that win, what they did today was definitely improvement and, if anything, experience. So getting more meets under your belt, especially as a team, as the team that will compete throughout the season, is definitely important and essential in forming in a hopeful win in the future.
Absolutely, Kaylee. So happy you were able to say that for us here. Taylor Jensen, we touched on her a little bit for Bowling Green. She was a 2022 MAC Gymnast of the Week one time in the previous season. She is a senior, so this is her going away party. Maybe she's able to post one more of those performances after her performance in this one, where she did post that 38 overall score.
Looks looks like the gymnasts are getting ready for the awards now. They all sit in just a straddle position. It's just so natural to them. It wasn't until it's funny to say retired, because when I tell people that I retired gymnastics, they always tell me I'm too young to retire anything. But when I did retire the sport, I just found it so odd that everybody is just able to sit in a straddle. I don't know if I can do that anymore, Blake.
To be fair, I never could do it, Kaylee, and I think it's funny you talk about retiring at 20 because that sounds like the dream to me. So we're going to take a look at the upcoming schedules at this one. We'll take a look at the Redbirds now and where they're going to be heading after this meet. So for ISU, they'll be on the road on February 11th at the Metroplex Complex meet. After that, they'll be back at home for the Southeast Missouri State. That'll be SEMO. And then they'll be on the road on the East Coast at New Hampshire on February 26th. So that'll be the month of February for them. They'll be on the road quite a bit. Popping over now and taking a look at Bowling Green. They'll continue their trip on the road after one home meet against Kent State. They'll be at West Virginia and George Washington. So out a little bit eastern for them. Rounding things out now, Centenary. They're going to have to look to get their heads right if they hope to come out with any wins against their next tri-meet, where they'll be facing off on the road once more. Those opponents for the tri-meet for Centenary will be Greenville and Lindenwood. They'll be back at home against the Texas Women's University, another MIC rival for them, and then they'll be back up in Illinois at the end of the month against Springfield College. So for them, they're going to stop seeing a lot of those tri-meets and a lot of those more individual one-on-ones, so maybe something where they won't be going at such a high pace and such a high tempo, and they'll be able to slow down and get back to the fundamentals.
Definitely. And especially for Centenary, there is a lot of traveling involved because they are in Louisiana. So that definitely, as we spoke about before, has to take a little bit of a toll on them physically.
And it looks like Centenary getting a practice for their possible floor routine next week over on the left-hand side.
I have no idea how they're so coordinated right now.
Definitely taking a page out of ISU's floor party book.
And it looks like the ISU is actually wanting to join a little bit. It's something about the end of the meet, and there's just so much relief. There is just so much. You don't realize how much stress has been built up in the meet until it finally ends.
And just like that, ISU has agreed to join.
And that's another thing that is so special about college gymnastics. Although every team will compete down to the neck on every single event for every single 10, every single pointed toe, every single bent arm, at the end of the day, every gymnast is still doing the same insane sport that is gymnastics. And on top of that all, they are doing it all at such a high level at an age where, at this point, your body can almost not take it anymore.
And Bob Conkling there, I thought he was going to join in on the dance for a few moments. He walked right past us, unfortunately, so a frown on my face after that one. But absolutely, Kaylee, you're absolutely right. The camaraderie with this sport, especially at this level, it's something great to watch. You would see a lot of the time some of the gymnasts, when they were done, they would watch on for other teams' routines, sort of an admiration and a little bit of a, maybe this is something I can add to my own game or maybe even my own floor routine.
For sure, for sure. And another thing that is unique to college gymnastics is that if one team has finished competing and there is another one still competing, they will usually all go around whatever event and cheer for the other team.
We can take a look at some of the final scores that we have on our end over here with ISU listed with 195.2. That score has altered a little bit since the last time we took a look at it. Bowling Green with a 192.65, and Centenary still in third with a 186.2.
From Bowling Green, Taylor Jensen. In second place with a score of a 9.775 from Illinois State University, Jay Mack. And tonight's vault winner with a score of a 9.825 from Illinois State University, Norel Bart. On the bars, in third place with a score of a 9.8 from Bowling Green, being in third place with a score of a 9.775 from Illinois State University, Narelle Martinez. In second place with a score of a 9.8 from Illinois State University, Madison Kidd. And tonight's being winner with a score of a 9.85 from Illinois State University, Angelica LeBlanc. On the floor exercise with a score of a 9.825 in third place from Illinois State University, Sarah Bobby. In second place with a score of a 9.875 from Illinois State University, Jay Mack. And tonight's floor exercise winner with a score of a 9.9 from Illinois State University, Angelica. In the all-round, in third place with a score of a 38.95 from Bowling Green, Taylor Jensen. In second place with a score of a 39.100 from Illinois State University, it's Narelle And tonight's all-round winner with a score of a 39.125 from Illinois State University, Angelica. Scores, it was third place with a score of 186.2, Centenary College. In second place with a score of 192.651, Bowling Green State University. And tonight's meet winner with a new season high of a 195.2, Illinois State University.
So you heard it there first, folks. ISU with a new season high score of 195.2. Centenary finishing in third with that 186.2 score, and Bowling Green State right in the middle between all of them with that 192.6 score. So for ISU, definitely a high note for them as they improve to their 5th overall win on the season. Centenary going to drop 2 games straight, and Bowling Green still sniffing for that first place victory.
This is definitely going to be a great baseline for the middle of the season for Illinois State, as they can only go up from there. This 195 was definitely just the confidence that they needed, the physical score that they knew that they needed to get in order to succeed for the rest of the season. And like I said, it will only go up for them here today for the rest of the season.
With that being said, Kaylee, we can sign off here. That's been all we have for this production of ESPN Gymnastics here at ISU.